Good evening everybody and welcome to round 5 of the THR Racing League with me, Matthew Duffin, and joining me tonight is Keegs.
Hello.
Some great action for you here tonight at the Silverston Classic track. Sure to bring you plenty of action. Mazda, you can see, is on the list, but he's in as a filler. He will not be qualifying in any part of this tonight. And we also have two new drivers in the group tonight, Smithy and Welshie. So best of luck to the both of them for tonight's racing. Let's give you a rundown of the championships as we go into tonight's race here. So leading the way is Halty on 143 points from Peaceful Explosion on 79, Rebby third on 70, Alfie's then fourth on 61, Dean Wasaki fifth on 56, Deek sixth on 52, Big Boy Brazier, who's not here with the looks of things again tonight, is then on 40, Don Productions 38, Little Trev on 30 points, Kieran Argent 28, Greeny on 26, Starscream again not here, I think he's out for the season, 21, TMLS also out for the season on 19, Swimfin 17, BTC Reed 9, and James Dudley has missed the 5th round, so I don't think he's in it anymore neither, but his points are there. So Keegs, who are you tipping for pole position and the race win on this one?
If I'm being honest, I'm going to say Holy. If I'm right, he's won all of them. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
He's pretty confident in these, so I'm going to go with him.
Fair enough, as we're on board Halty now as he comes through Club Corner to start his first lap. Cops Corner to start his first lap. You'll see the little left-hand kink of Maggots coming up. There it is, just round Maggots, flat out there on the left hand. The right hander of Beckett's can catch a few people out. Nice and easy on the brakes, drops it down to second gear as he comes through Beckett's then. Well turned around the bend. Down then through Chapel Curve onto Hanger Straight we go. As we come towards Stowe Corner, a very quick corner here. Seems to get through that nice and easy down the straight. You can see Club Corner coming up, very old type track. It's a Thruxton type track here, hence why it's on the calendar for this season, a bit of a Thruxton style circuit. Evening to a few people in the party. Michael Matthews here, Smithy's in, obviously he's racing Ariel, he's the Don. Gary in the chat, Monkey Boy in the chat, Neil in the chat, and Sooty in the chat. So good evening to all of you. Keegs, I think there's an echo on your end of the stream, buddy. A few people have said. Do you want to just see if you can sort that? As Halty comes through to finish his first flying lap, and that's a 1:41 dead in the rookies. That's a seriously good time there for him, and he'll be looking. Bit of a gap to everybody. Look at this little battle. Little Trev, so a bit of information. Little Trev and Dean Wasaki will team up. As you can see them both running wide there. Dean in fact clipping the wall. On board with Kieran. What's his lap time? It's only 5th fastest at the moment, but Peaceful second. 6 tenths behind Halty. Rebby also 9 tenths behind. Alfie's gone into 3rd place, Rebby drops to 4th, the Don's 5th, Kieran 6th, Greeny 7th, Lil Trev in 8th, and Smithy on debut in 9th place. Mazda isn't scoring points tonight and will be in the pits for every single race. People who haven't set a time, Deeks, Dean and Welshie. Swimfins just sets a lap as I say that. One of the DEAs are in the pits. Can we find out who that one is? That's Dean Wasaki, so he's reset his car with 5 minutes to go. As we can see, Deeks here then. Oh, I didn't run you. Let me run you through the constructors table. It's H&D Motorsport who lead the way on 215 points. That's Halty and Deeks, followed by the Tin Top Tourers of Peaceful Explosion and KJ Argent on 137. 78 points back, so H&D really look quick in these cars, especially Halty. Wiggle Wiggle Racing of Rebby, and what is soon, I think, Don Productions as well. I think that's going to be sorted out for Don's points to go on to Wiggle Wiggle. They're on 113. Register Racing on 97, which is Swimfins and Alfie. AJ Motorsport of Big Boy Brazier and Little Trev on 80. Team Wakasaki on 75. Hard Compound Racing 64 and KNG Racing 58. With Don teaming up with Rebby and Lil Trev teaming up with Dean. These points will differ, and we'll get the tables sorted out ready for next week. Obviously this was something that was announced with Lil Trev and Dean tonight, so we'll get them points with you. But Deeks at the moment sits P12, cannot improve on a time here. In fact, hasn't set a time. Here comes Peaceful. He still sits third, 9/10 off of Holty, who is into the 139s now and is looking even quicker with every lap Holty can do. So the only two who's not set a time, obviously Mazda not qualifying, is Deeks and Dean. Dean, as we saw, did leave the pit, so we'll be coming around to set a time anytime soon. And for those who's been on with Dean all week, he's getting quicker. So we keep saying he's getting quicker. So we'll see if he's quick enough tonight, as he has to go around Swimfins or Alfie. They're not quite sure which one that is, and start his first timed lap. So a few Smithy fans in the chat, a few Dom fans in the chat as well. Get your predictions in. Where's Swimfins? He sits 11th at the moment, just ahead of Smith, just behind Smithy and Welshie. The two new boys, 9th and 10th at the moment. They're a team, they are teammates. No team name at the minute. We've got a team name sorted there, but we're on board Dean Wasocki. Him and Deeks haven't set a lap time. Where's Deeks on track? We'll see as Dean comes down the hanger straight now. Deeks coming towards the end of his time, coming towards the Woodcut chicane, so we'll get a time lap from Deeks hopefully this time. Evening to Phil, he joins us in the chat. Evening buddy. Deeks through the chicane then. Can he set a lap time? If so, what's it going to be? It's good enough for 5th fastest at the moment. So the only person that's not set a time is Dean Wasocki. He was coming down the hanger straight last time we saw. Here he is now heading in to Club. Through Club he goes towards the Abbey curve and then onto the farm straight. Evening to THR Racing UK there in the chat. Adam Cowpey's in the chat, aka Mazda. He says Holty first, Rebby second, Peaceful third. Tintop's in the chat, the Clio Cup sponsor, so good evening to them. And Neil J, he says Holty, Don and Rebby. So he reckons Don's going to get a second place here from 5th on the grid. That'll be impressive. Greeny's in the pits, so he may not have time to do another lap. Dean Wasocki then through the Woodcut chicane. What lap times are you going to get here? It's good enough for 7th place. Puts him just ahead of Deeks. And we'll get time for 1, possibly 2 more laps in. So a good lap time for Dean Wasocki there. Just 3.9 off the lead at the moment. Raceman Rebby though, he's got to find 7/10 from somewhere. He's coming down. Where's that? Is that just out of Club? It is. So he's coming around the Abbey curve to head down towards the Woodcut chicane for what could be a decent lap time. He's just come through the second sector. We didn't actually see the time pop up on screen. Just needs to find 7/10 from somewhere. Greeny is done. He will not get out the pits for another timed lap here. Here comes Rebby. Probably gets the chicane a little wrong for what he'd have liked. Crosses the line. No improvement from Rebby there then. Anything is possible, Neil. You are right there. Peaceful. Can he go any quicker? No, he's 8/10 down on the lap list that time around. The top 3 all within a second, and then it's 2 seconds back to Alfie, the Don. Kieran 3.2 back. There's a spinner in the background. That's one of the new boys. Here comes Alfie actually, 2 seconds behind. He's got, that's either Smithy or Welshie in front of him, one of the new lads. And Alfie looks quick through the chicane. Can he? Is he up on his time? No improvement there. There is Smithy on debut, so a bit of coverage for Smithy. Nice to see him here. 11th on grid at the moment, ahead of his teammate Welshie. Tintop in the chat says he's going to test his prediction jinx. You've not made a prediction. Holty for the win, says Tin Top. So let's see if he's jinxed him or not. As here is the Don. 2.5 seconds to find, as he has got 1 lap left to do. Deeks and Dean only set 1 timed lap at the moment. They're down in 8th and 9th. Can they find any more time? Oh, Don has a bit of a coming together with one of the newbies. I think that was Smithy who we had a coming together with. Qualifying is complete, so Greeny is the first man to be done. There's a guy crossing the line now, so can't see who that is, who is finished. Smithy's in the pit, so he's not going to improve anymore. There's another car crossing the line. He's about to be done. There is Little Trev in the Team Wakasaki colours, so maybe that's a hint of the fact that he will be joining Team Wakasaki and not the opposite way around. Is Little Trev going to be up on his time? There's another car done as they cross the line. There's a car just in front of Little Trev coming into the Woodcut chicane. He's about to finish his time at the minute. Can't see anything. Little Trev sits in 6th place at the moment. Gets the chicane nicely there. Is he up on his time? Does he improve? No improvement at all. So 6th for Little Trev. Here's his team. Deeks is done, so Deeks is down in 9th. Where's his teammate? Where's Holty? Is he still on a lap? Peaceful's done, so no. He's gone 2nd, so a bit of an improvement, but not enough to catch Holty. Rebby's also done. He's now in 3rd. We saw Dean Wasaki was on a lap. Has he finished his lap? No, comes through the chicane now. Can he improve on 8th? No, no improvement. So it's Holty who's going to take the first pole position of the night then. So good start for him, just what he'd been wanting. Holty leads then from Peaceful Explosion. Rebby 3rd, Alfie in 4th, Don 5th, Lil Trev 6th, Kieran Argent 7th, Dean Wasaki 8th, Deeks 9th, Greeny 10th, Newman Greeny in 11th, Welshie in 12th, Swimfins 13th, and as we know, Mazda will bring up the rear in 14th place. Not qualifying tonight and not scoring points. Smithy in chat says that Smithy lad is awful. Stick to Mario Kart. So we're here at Silverston Classic then. The revs rise. Peaceful already has his lights on. It's a funny style grid. We can't see the lights, but they're out, and it's away we go for the first time tonight. And what a start in the background by Rebby through the middle of Peaceful and Holty. So not the start Holty would have wanted, but look at the second phase. Peaceful and Holty right up there. Lil Trev's worked his way up into 4th as he looks up the inside of Rebby. In he goes. Holty manages to keep the lead. Peaceful touched the curb in the background. He's managed to keep it straight. Little Trev's up into 2nd place now. Dean Wasaki's worked his way up into 4th. Peaceful Explosion has kept dropped to 3rd. Rebby's the big loser in that. He's down in 8th place now, battling with his teammate in 7th. There was a car off there in the background. I think that was either Alfie or Swimfins. But it's Dean Wasaki 3rd from his teammate Lil Trev 2nd. And they've got Peaceful Explosion running in 3rd place. Mazda is up to 11th ahead of Welshie, Alfie and Swimfins at the moment. But it's Holty, the man who leads the championship at the moment in time. He's well clear of anybody else. And that's the Wakisaki boys wide with Peaceful. Lil Trev and Peaceful into the side of each other. Dean loses a bit of ground to Rebby, and Rebby up the inside into Stowe. Dean's gone very wide there, and on the grass he is. So he's going to lose places. It's a corner that's going to catch people out tonight. And look at the cars. We've got 3 or 4 abreast there, Keegs.
Yeah, I think we did.
Great start and great action all around, and look at 3 cars off there. 2 was Kieran and Peaceful Explosion. Holty already a 2.5 up the road from Rebby. Kieran's worked his way up to 3rd. Lil Trev now 3rd actually. Must be a slowdown penalty. Mazda has come from the back of the grid to 4th, keeping himself out of trouble. Obviously not scoring points tonight, so will not count. Dodgem, says Tin Top Racing in the chat. Rebby with...
Pretty sure I've seen someone flipped in the background. Oh,
they did, and that's a tap on the rear. Mazda's round, and I think that was Don as well. Bit of a tap. Just to let you know that the red indicator on the number is a time penalty for the drivers. They will be able to know what they've got. We won't know till the end of the race. But it's Holty from Rebby. Lil Trev 3rd. Greeny up into 4th now with Peaceful Explosion 5th and Kieran Argent 6th. Dean Wasaki's in 7th with Mazda 8th. Is that actually... Just go on board 7th place for me, because I don't know if that's Deeks or Dean. It's Dean in 7th, Mazda 8th, Deeks 9th, Don 10th, Welsh 11th, Alfie 12th, Swinfin's now 12th, Alfie 13th, and Smithy in 14th. Great little battle here between the Tin Top Tourer teammates and Greenie. Just a reminder about the reset button is banned unless you're on your roof. So if you go off, you've got to come onto the track normal, not using the reset button, as it can cause a bit of drama. Holty has a 2.5 second lead. Rebby also has a time penalty. Can Lil Trev get on the back of Rebby to get that time penalty down? There's Dean in the background of this little battle. A good little squabble as well. You see cars with the lights on. As Kieran's very wide, so is Greenie coming through Stowe. That may be another slowdown. That may get Dean Wysocki a bit interested then. As Peaceful Explosion can pull away with his time penalty. Will these two get a time penalty? They don't look like they've slowed down much. Kieran does now as he's dropped well behind Greenie, and Dean Wysocki in the background may look interested in a moment. Taking that chicane. You've got to stay off the curbs in these cars on them chicanes, aren't you, Keegs?
Yeah, you do. You take a little bit of them and you can end up sideways.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe doing some donuts.
Exactly.
As Peaceful Explosion has passed Lil Trev. Can Lil Trev keep there as Rebby and Peaceful do have a time penalty? So does Greenie and Kieran now, and Dean Wysocki will know about that and will want to close that gap. The gap to Greenie and Kieran, the gap from Kieran to Dean is 2 seconds. 2 and a bit seconds, but it's this gap we're watching at the moment. Lil Trev and Peaceful. Last time out, Peaceful Explosion was 2 seconds quicker than Lil Trev, and he'll want to start to pull away from him. He'll, like I say, the drivers will know about the time penalty, and this is something that they're going to want to sort out. They see Greenie and Kieran in the background. That's Mazda, who's caught up to the back of Dean in the background as well. That's Deeks, we know Bonnet. Look at that, cleanly up the inside is Mazda. Dean gives him plenty of room there, and has probably ran a bit too wide, taking a bit too much speed through the corner. Oh, we've had a problem with Lil Trev. He's gone off. He was running P4. He's now down in 8th place. He's going to lose out to Deeks as well. Can the Don gain on the back of him? Greenie and Kieran still battling on track. Kieran has found a way through, and Greenie not letting him go. So we've seen Lil Trev round. Dean now gains 7th place and Deeks gains 8th. The Don will sniff at it. A 9th place there maybe as well. But it's this battle we're watching. Look at the Mazda, we know, raced in Group B and Group A last week. It got decided that he'd be a Group A racer with Team Launch Racing. But look at this, and you can see why. Look at the speed of Mazda. Just absolutely flying at the moment. Gets past Greenie with ease. I think Greenie may have had another slowdown there. Here is Mazda, the quickest man on track last lap with a 1:39.2. Good bit of practice for Mazda. Going into tomorrow night, he's all over the back of Kieran Argent at the moment. Dean Wysocki's picked himself up a time penalty. Up the inside does Mazda look. Nice, nice and easy. And look at the gap he's already built coming out of one corner. Fantastic driving from him. Dean Wysocki's picked up a time penalty, so has Holty. So plenty of penalties at the moment. Holty has a 3-second gap. That's probably enough for him to be able to sort that out. Dean Wysocki wants, now he's got a time penalty, has to work harder. As we know, Greenie and Kieran Argent had time penalties before Dean, so Dean's now got a time penalty himself. He's got to work harder to pass them on track. The Don, within 6/10 of Lil Trev. Lil Trev threw it away himself. Neil, just to let you know, Mazda is in A. He's just literally here as a filler. He's not scoring points, and he's not qualifying in any race tonight. So yeah, the Don though, right on the back of Lil Trev. He's going to want to make the move done and get up into 9th place, and look at the speed Don can carry through the corner. Absolutely brilliant. He's going to have to stay behind though. He will have the slipstream. Such an effective slipstream round here as well. Will he make the move into the chicane? He'll be brave if he does. Here he comes and in towards the chicane on the brakes. Doesn't think about it this time round. Car sounded slow there, just in front. In fact, we've caught one of the cars up. We've passed one. We've passed Deeks, so Deeks must have had a problem somewhere. I didn't see where he was off. Alfie's past Deeks as well. In fact, Deeks is into the pits. Has he gone in the pits on purpose or by accident? Not quite sure. But Deeks is in the pits, so that's ruined his race there. We didn't see what happened. He wasn't near anybody. But back to this action of Don Productions and Lil Trev. On the brakes as they come through Club Corner towards the Abbey Curve. Through Copse. That's Beckett's. They've just gone through as well. Oh, apologies for the terrible commentary there. The Don has the run on Lil Trev, but he's probably on the wrong side as they head down towards Stowe. Does he think about sending one? No, Sutty would have sent one from there more than likely. Lil Trev's around a bit wider than he'd have liked. Nothing to get a slowdown, but enough to let Don get up the inside towards Club. There in the background is Alfie. He's catching. Greeny and Kieran must have had a moment because Dean now runs in 5th place. Unless Dean's passed them, not quite sure, but the Don has done Lil Trev. So Don up to 8th, Lil Trev 9th now with Alfie 10th. We've lost Deeks, so Deeks has retired from this race, unfortunately. There's Welshie, the new boy, on the back of his teammate Smithy. Not got a penalty of these two, neither has Don, Lil Trev and Mazda.
Smithy ran wide there, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he did, so will he get the slowdown penalty there? That's Swimfins behind him. We will get points sorted out for Welshie and Smithy ready for next week's tables. We'll get that sorted in due course. But at the moment, it's Peaceful Explosion chasing down Rebby. There, just in front is Holty, so he must have had problems somewhere as the gap has come down. We only have 33 seconds left, so this is going to be the final lap. So Peaceful Explosion will know what penalties Rebby has. As Rebby runs wide onto the grass, that might be another slowdown penalty. If he doesn't take it, it will be another penalty. Want to get the move for the end of the race, and he's all sideways coming through the club. And he's probably locked out now. That was possibly his chance for a third. I think he was out. Unfortunately for him, he's had a good comeback race. Greeny now runs 5th, Kieran 6th, Lil Trev 7th. What's happened to Dean is he's down in 8th. Lil Trev's also back past the Don, so not quite sure what's happened to Dean with Socky, but he's dropped to 8th place. Halty has crossed the line for the race win. Peaceful will get 2nd from Rebby in 3rd, so Rebby's penalty is obviously a lot more than that of Peaceful's. Ignore Mazda there. Greeny, Kieran's going to come home 5th. Greeny's going to take 6th. With what looks to be Lil Trev. Where's Dean? Dean's down in 10th now, so a horrible final couple of laps. The Don is going to come home and take 8th with Alfie in 9th place. Lil Trev got 7th. Dinty Dean Wasocki's going to come home in a 10th. Not the race he'd have wanted. And then it's going to be Welshie, in 11th place. So a good start to his campaign. So Welshie comes home in 11th. Smithy has actually span at the chicane. And where's Swimfins? Is Swimfins going to be able to get through to pass him? No, Smithy's going to come home in a 12th place. And we're going to get Swimfins, who's going to come home 13th. So a good start there. Who takes the fastest lap? 1:39.4 for Peaceful. So Peaceful Explosion, I do believe, gets the fastest lap. Yep, so a good time from Peaceful there. That'll help him in terms of closing the gap in the championship. Be a top 3. Holty from Peaceful. Rebby will claim the podium as Mazda's not scoring points. Let's get Holty for an interview. So good first race there, Keegs.
Hello.
That was a great wee race.
Evening, Holty. Well done, mate.
No, thank you.
Talk us through that one.
Yeah, well, I only managed to get 4 laps just before the start of this race. We've just a little practice from the Deeks. Struggling really, couldn't get the rhythm, and then obviously qualifying. I don't know where that time come from. I just knew I just need to get my head down straight away, start this race. I managed to get like a 3-second gap, and I just lost my rhythm. I started dropping right after about a second, I think. And I was just looking at the time penalties behind. Obviously, I got a 2-second time penalty. And then luckily, I think was it Peaceful behind me?
Yeah, Peaceful.
Or Rebby, I think. He got like 4 seconds, so I just started easing off a little bit.
Just managed the gap.
Yeah, just managing that gap again. But yeah, I'm struggling with this circuit at the minute.
5 wins out of 5 in the juniors.
Yeah,
a heck of a good points lead now from anybody else. That's got to give you that's pretty much got to give you confidence for the rest of the season now, as we're halfway through.
Yeah, definitely. Just hope I can keep this pace up, really. And, good luck on my side as well.
Yeah, definitely. What's your thoughts for the rest of the night going forward?
Same as always, just try and get them points, but if I can get some wins, I'll grab it.
Definitely. Well, best luck for the rest of the evening, buddy.
Cheers, thank you.
So yeah, some great racing in that first race, Keegs, and better racing to come as well. Prestige Man Janetta Juniors never lets down, and that was a fantastic start.
Yeah, it was really good. Good wee couple of battles, couple of wee accidents, but seemed like a really good race.
That has actually put Holty 100 points clear of Peaceful Explosion.
Is the livery that Smithy and Welsh are in, is that okay for us?
Yeah, that livery seems fine. That livery seems fine indeed. Just double check everywhere. Where's Deeks? Deeks and Holty are in the darker green this week, so yeah, I think we're ready to go. I think we're just going to wait for Holty to make sure Holty's in the correct colours. He is, thumbs are up, so we're ready to go when Kieran is. But yeah, great first race, and now these are going to be even more exciting. The MPG-O-Matics Formula Rookie, these are going to be absolutely great fun to watch. So yeah, like I say, Holty has a 100-point excuse me, Holty has a 100-point lead now in the Janetta Juniors from Peaceful and 109 from Rebby, so he's pretty much got one hand on that title. Also, H&D Motorsport, with Deeks not scoring in that, lead by 63 points from the Tin Top Tourers. Dean Wasoki's moved himself up into 4th place after all of that. So a good race for Dean. I'd be happy to score some points. I know he'd have wanted a bit better than that, but he'll take that at the end of the day. Now we look to the Formula Rookies. So I'll run through the table. Holty again leads the way in this, only by 34 points from Dean Wasoki. So watch out for him to try and come through and steal some points. Kieran then 36 points back in 3rd. Big Boy Brazier, he's not here. He's only 38 back. The Don's only 39 back. So a real tight battle for 2nd in the Formula Rookies. Deeks is then in 6th on 62. Rebby 71. Alfie 58. Lil Trev also 58. Peaceful Explosion 55. Greeny 53. TMLS 52 is not here. Swimfins 27. BTC Reed 19 points. In the constructors table, H&D Motorsport lead the way again. 42 points clear of AJ Motorsport. Tin Top Tourers sit 3rd. Team Wakasaki 4th, just a point behind Tin Top Tourers and just 2 points behind AJ Motorsport. A good battle for 2nd in the Constructors Championship as well. Obviously, constructors will change with the change of teammates. Register Racing on 85, Hard Compound Racing on 73, K&J Racing on 72, Wiggle Racing on 61. So, interesting there. In that one, Wiggle Racing, obviously Rebby teaming up with Don, so we'll sort their points out. Let's see the Swimfins or Alfie off in the background. As again, you can see Mazda not qualifying. Halty for the win, says Neil. Wakisaki for the win, says Gary. So let's see, on board Halty here. And I think let's jump on. In fact, we was on board Halty for a lap last time. Let's jump on board second place man, Dean Wasaki, for a lap of the track. Dean not running in the best of places. He'd want to be a bit closer to someone to have a slipstream, but doesn't have it, so he's going to have to do it on his own here. In qualifying, he's coming towards the end of his lap. So let's see who can do it. Keegs, Gary says he can still hear the stream. But this one,
I've not got it on. It may just be the echo in my mic. Give us a second.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. Thank you. So Dean Wasaki starts his lap time and heads down the start straight towards Cops Corner for the first time. Wants to get a good lap time in early, but he also could do with a slipstream. Round the first bend he goes, avoids the car that's off on corner, through Cops. Nicely there was Dean. Trying not to touch that curb, it can bounce you off it a little bit. Through Maggots towards Beckettson. Gets that back end out, let it kicks out and lets it slide. There's a car just in front. I do believe that's one of the new lads in Welshie or in Smithy, so maybe Dean can close to the back of him and use the slipstream as we go. Adam Carp says Dean for the win. So a few Wakasaki fans in the chat tonight. Adam Carp obviously Mazda. Comes down the hanger straight towards Stowe on the brakes, third gear. On and off the throttle a bit. This is a car in front who's span. That is one of the new lads. Just sort of letting it roll, letting the field come through. So keeping out of trouble with Smithy or Welshie there. That's Swimfins or Alfie, I do believe, in front as well. So maybe Dean might just slightly now be picking up a toe, and this is what he'll be wanting. Don for pole, says Monkey Boy. Well, at the minute it's Halty on pole, 1:44.8. Rebby, Kieran second, Rebby third, Little Trev fourth. Don's gone fifth. He's 5.8 off. Dean has picked up the slipstream of what the car in front, and look at that. Where's he going to break into the chicane? There, nice and easy through. Takes a bit of curb there. That might be a slowdown and a lap time invalid. Let's wait and see. Yeah, I think he's got a lap time invalid there, as he's not got a time in. Got the slipstream towards the end, which could have helped him, but it turns out it hasn't. It's Peaceful Explosion who's currently on provisional pole, half a second quicker than Halty with a 1:44.3. Peaceful was on in the week. He looked quick in a bit of testing midweek. So good time there for Peaceful. Halty second. Alfie's up into third in this one. Kieran fourth at the moment, with Deeks in fifth, Rebby sixth, Greeny seventh, Lil Trev eighth, Don in ninth, Swimfins 10th, Welshie in 11th. Dean and Smithy haven't set a time. Lil Trev then. The car behind Lil Trev will be absolutely, I think that's either Don or Rebby, but he's in the perfect opportunity for a slipstream. It's not Rebby, so it must be the Don. Has got a lovely little slipstream off a Little Trev, and that's either Peaceful Explosion or Kieran behind, who's got a slipstream off of the Don as well. So the Don in a slipstream and giving a slipstream from Kieran, as Kieran passes him under braking into the chicane, fighting for position on track. Kieran got a nice bit of slipstream through the chicane off of Lil Trev. Goes 1.1 quicker, but it's not enough. It's only fifth for Kieran. Halty's gone on pole by 0.05 of a second from Peaceful Explosion. Dean Wasaki and Smithy yet to set a time, so where are they on track? Dean's coming through the chicane. Can he get a time in this time around? No, so still problems for Dean Wasaki. What about Smithy? Where's he on track? Can he get a lap time in? He's coming towards the end, so let's stay on board with Smithy here. His teammate in front runs 11th. Greeny in the pits with just under 4 minutes to go, so will he come back out? We'll see. Just taps the chicane there. Smithy is a regular viewer. Massive little Leach and NJ fan, not so much a Gary fan. But who is, I suppose? And Smithy cannot set a time there neither. So the battle out front. Lil Trev's third on 3/10 behind Halty. Oh, just about 3/10. The Don's fourth, 7/10 off of Halty, but it's this man who's 500ths of a second in front of Peaceful Explosion. Mazda in the chat says that Dean is on a lap now. He's obviously sat in the pits and can spectate, so we'll see if Dean can get a lap time in. Where's that? That's just coming out of Stowe as he comes down towards Club. Maybe had a lap time invalid for the last two. So can Dean get a lap time in? He's not got no slipstream anyway. So he's really got to do this on pure pace and pure pace alone. Halty sets a new fastest lap, but it's only 700th quicker than Peaceful Explosion. Just under 3 minutes remain at the moment. Dean's got to nail this chicane to get a lap time in. A lot of gaggle of cars in front of Dean, all sort of getting in each other's way with the slipstream and things. Dean on his own could get a clean lap. What's he going to do this time round? It's good, but it's only 6th fastest. Only just under half a second off of the pole at the top 7, separated by 8/10 of a second. So a good lap from Dean, and possibly with a chance of getting 2 more laps in, could find that time. The slipstream could help him find that half a second. There is the Don. He runs in 7th place. He's about to come through Sector 1. Is he up on his time here? We don't know because we're not on him. Smithy, can he get a lap in? He can, and it's good enough for 11th place. Welsh is also in front of Swimfins now. We should have really had Mazda in the chat tonight, Keegs. I don't know about you, for a bit of an onboard in the car perspective.
Yeah, we could have. I mean, would have been pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him in. Greeny is out the pits and wanting to do another lap time. So Smithy then on debut, racing on the I do believe the Thrustmaster T80. I do believe trying out the wheel for the first time. So at least someone buys a wheel and tries it out. Unlike a few people in Group A. Sutty, not man enough to use the wheel. I don't think is Sutty. As Halty sets an even faster lap, he's now a 10th, near enough 2/10 quicker than Peaceful Explosion. And Kieran's gone quickest over the line by a 10th from Halty. Peaceful now goes quicker. He's 3/10 quicker than Kieran Argent. So lap time's getting better, and all these are starting the final lap here. So who else was in a little battle? Lil Trev, he's 4th. He's gone through the final quarter, past the start line. No improvement. Dean will be coming through, I imagine. There's Deeks. He's off at the last corner, so he's not going to improve on 8th at the moment. Where's Dean with Socky? He's gone over the start line. He's gained on his time, but stays. In fact, he's overtaken Rebby. He's gone 5th. Greeny in the pits. He's done for the moment. Smithy and Walshy, the teammates, using the slipstream with each other and probably touching into the chicane, and the teammates round on debut. That's Walshy flipping through the chicane there, and I think that may hamper him getting another time in. Smithy will get one more. Walshy won't. In fact, neither will Smithy because he's gone a bit slow there, so he might pit. That's Rebby or the Don running wide. Peaceful looks slow, so as Peaceful backed out of his lap. Halty here, though, drops to 3rd at the moment. He's going to look to get that pole position back. Peaceful's in the pits, Alfie in the pits, Smithy in the pits. So Peaceful can't improve, and Halty's half a second up, and that's all he needs to take pole position from Peaceful here. But where's Kieran? Don't forget him. Watch out for Kim. But right now we'll stay on board with Halty. He comes into the chicane for the final time of qualifying in the MPGO-Matics Formula Rookie. Crosses the line now and goes quicker by 3/10. Kieran needs to find 6/10 of a second. Where's he on track? He's coming through the chicane. Can he go quicker? No! Where's Lil Trev? He can't go any quicker neither. Where's Dean Wasaki? He runs 5th. Here he is. The second to last car. He's got to find a second from somewhere. Halty left it till the last minute. Peaceful had pitted. What does Dean do? No improvement. Rebby's finished. Don's in the pits. So it's Halty who's going to take a second pole position tonight. What a lap from Halty right at the death. So it's Holty from Peaceful Explosion, Kieran Argent, Lil Trev, Dean Wasocki, Rebby, Don Productions, Deeks, Alfie, Greeny, Smithy, Welshie, Swimfins, and Mazda obviously doesn't really count tonight. He's just there. So what Dean would have wanted was to be close to Holty on the grid. And alright, he's not far away with the grid being a different layout. But Holty got the extra point. And that puts him 35 clear at the moment. Obviously, all to play for in the race. You can score 34 points for a race win. You can get them the point for fastest lap as well. Look at the layout of the grid. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. So the lights are on here. 1, 2, 3. Go in the MPG-O-Matics. That is a poor start from Holty. Rebby's got a blinder, so has Little Trev. Welshie's left the session, so we've lost him from this race. There is Holty though in second. Rebby leads from Lil Trev. Oh, carnage! He's touched Dean and Dean has bounced over him. Great suspension on that. In fact, that might have been Lil Trev. It was. Dean is up to third place. Holty still leads this race. That was Rebby up and around there. So carnage at turn 1. But Dean is trying to chase down the championship leader. In fact, Dean may have the inside line. Smithy just touching somebody there. Dean takes the lead from Holty. Smithy on the brakes. Taps then Kieran, I do believe. Where is Holty? Holty's down in 11th place, so this has turned the championship on its head at the moment. And Dean Wasocki will know about this. He'll have one eye on the leaderboard at the top left-hand corner of his screen. He'll know he leads this race and Holty's nowhere to be seen. Kieran second. Deeks has got up to third. Don's fourth. Smithy's in fifth. Great run from Smithy. Great start. Alfie runs sixth. Peaceful has just passed him. Actually, it's a Peaceful sixth. Alfie seventh. Lil Trev eighth. Carnage in the background. Look at the cars. They're all off. What is going off? I've not seen anything that bad since Sooty. Absolute carnage. Greeny involved in that as well. Deeks and Dean 1-2 at the moment. Dean from Deeks. Smithy running third in all of this. So Smithy is on fire in this race. Master fourth. Don't forget he doesn't count. So Little Trev fifth. Don sixth. Holty seventh. He's gained a few places. Rebby's in 8th, Peaceful 9th, Kieran 10th, Greeny 11th, Alfie 12th, and Swimfins bringing up the rear. We've lost Welshie from this. Smithy, though, on debut, could get a podium. Deeks has won races this season. He leads in the Clios. Dean not won a race yet this year, and it's 1.2 ahead of Deeks. Has to keep it clean, has to keep it on the road. He has to do everything he can to keep Deeks behind him. But look at Smithy. He's been overtaken from Lil Trev there. Smithy happy to be here. THR Racing says, come on, Smithy. And he taps wheels and moves that around. That's the Don who flips. Tap of wheels. It's so easy to roll it in these cars. So Smithy running fifth. It'll obviously be fourth place overall, as Mazda's points will not count. There is Smithy. Where's Deeks? Second, catching on Dean Wasocki. Dean's just got to keep it easy. He's got to take his time. Deeks and him have a great lead from Mazda, a 3.5 second lead from Mazda, but they don't need to worry about him. It's Lil Trev in fourth, who's 6.5 seconds behind. It is a 2-horse race at the moment in this one. Deeks runs a bit wider than Dean Wasocki there, probably something he wouldn't want to do. We lost Deeks in the junior race. So out of 13 drivers at the moment, it's Dean from Deeks, 6.5 seconds ahead of Lil Trev. There is Lil Trev, who's just been overtaken from Holty. The championship leader is back through. And Lil Trev immediately wanting to help out his new teammate and try and get back past Holty here. This will help Dean Wasocki out no end if Lil Trev can take the fight to Holty. What's What's this? This is a battle between the tin top tourers, I do believe. Peaceful in 7th and Kieran in 6th place. That is Holty and Little Trev just in front there. Holty now. What's happened to Deeks and Dean? Because they look like they've been caught by the pack. Mazda half a second to Deeks, and Holty's only 2 seconds. So what was a 6-second gap has not happened. Mazda keeping well out the way at the moment. But something's happened to Dean and Deeks. Maybe a slowdown penalty because they're being caught by the rest of the field. Deeks will want to help his teammate Holty out in terms of the championship on this one. But Dean Wysocki looking for that first race win. Deeks isn't going to let him have it easy though, when he's pressuring Dean Wysocki, pressuring him all the way round the track. They come then round the corner, the left-hander of the Abbey curve down towards the Woodcut chicane. They've got it. Dean's got to defend well. Mazda's there. He's not going to want to get involved in this little battle for the lead. Lil Trev has gone to 4th. Holty's dropped all the way down to 7th at the moment. Is Deeks going to look at the chicane? No. Dean Wysocki through and through with ease. I think the only 3 with a full carton top is Dean, Deeks and Mazda. A problem maybe for Deeks and Dean at the moment. They got caught up by the pack, but Dean Wysocki has now passed Deeks, and he's at Mazda up the inside of Deeks to, you know, take the pressure off for Dean. No, Mazda, I think, has span. What's gone off there? Not quite sure. I think Mazda span. Lil Trev's on the grass. That's Kieran who's round as well. Holty's back up into 4th from 7th. So it's all gone off there. Mazda has dropped to 6th, so not sure what happened to Mazda. But Deeks, 2.2 seconds behind Dean Wysocki. So in for his first race ever. Deeks on the grass again there. So Dean has got to notice this and could be in for his first ever win. Alfie picks up the first time penalty of the race. Smithy, after his fantastic start, runs down in 11th place. Unfortunate for him. Holty's now on the podium. Will Deeks let Holty through if Holty gets close enough? He's currently 3 seconds behind Deeks. Deeks has picked up a time penalty though. So will team orders come into play in terms of the championship? Absolutely fantastic race here in the MPG-O-Matics. Lil Trev on the back of Peaceful. Can't seem to get close enough to make a move. Peaceful on the back of Holty. He'll want some extra points as well to help his championship standings out as well. The Don down in 8th. We've not seen him much today, nor Greeny or Rebby. In fact, they're all running down. But look at the run Peaceful's got. The slipstream so effective. He pulls out. Is he going to make a move into the chicane on Holty? No, thinks better of it. Holty a bit sideways through the chicane there then. And Peaceful has to back off a little bit more. The slipstream takes such effect here, Keegs. I don't know about you, but it's a marvellous thing.
Yeah, and you really would like to get it in quality to get a banging time in. But in the race, it could do just the same to get some places to slowly move up the grid.
Dean Wysocki has a 3-second lead to Deeks out front with a time penalty. He has a 1.7 second gap to his teammate in 3rd, who is under all sorts of pressure from Peaceful. There is a back marker. Nice to see the back marker. That's Swimfins, I do believe, who's been lapped and staying out the way. So that's nice to see. Here is Greeny on the back. Deeks has had a problem and he's down to 5th. So not sure what's happened there, but that gives Holty 2nd place. He's now 6th as Mazda passes him. Can Kieran get the run on him? Did Deeks get caught up with the back marker? Not sure. But Holty now 2nd, 3.7 behind Dean Wysocki, as there's just under 2 minutes left here. Peaceful Explosion then needs to put some pressure on Holty, as he's scoring some good points here for 2nd place. And for Peaceful, well, he needs to get his championship in this series up and running. He's about 50 odd points, 60 odd points behind Holty, so the extra points will help. Can he get them done though? But look at the slipstream, Keys. He pulls out. Is he going to have a look towards the chicane here? Is he going to think about doing it? There is Dean up front, just 2.5 seconds now the gap as these two close him in. Peaceful thinks about it again, doesn't want to get it done. Lil Trev running 4th, good result for him at the moment. Look at the slipstream, he's practically pushing him over the line. Dean has a 1.7 second gap as we enter the final lap of the race. You cannot put a foot wrong, Dean. Holty second, Lil Trev third. This battle for second place is really hotting up, and Holty's going slow. Did he have a slowdown? Because Peaceful got through so easy, and Lil Trev is coming up to the back of him. Dean only has a 9/10 of a second lead. Dean is probably making a mistake somewhere because that gap has come down no end. He's got to get his head down. He's got to get it over the line. Can Holty put Peaceful under some more pressure? Look at the slipstream. Holty is all over the back of Peaceful here. Lil Trev wants to get on the back of this, but can't at the moment. Holty pulls out. He's going to have to go the long way round unless he decides to cut back and send it. Look at that slipstream, though. He might have the job done before the corner. No! Just through the tiniest of margins, and he's on the back of Dean Wysocki. There's about 3-4 corners to go, and this is all going down to the wire for the race lead. Dean Wysocki under pressure from the championship leader. Here comes Holty and takes the lead. Dean has threw it away at the last moment. Holty runs a bit wide and Dean has a run on him. Peaceful spins and touches Little Trev. They're both round. Dean, can he set it up the inside into Abbey? He can there. Forces Holty a bit wide. Nice little move. Nothing wrong with that. But Holty will chuck back in for the slipstream. Is he just going to take the points? Or is Dean going to take his first ever win in the THR League? Holty sends one up the inside. Runs too deep. And Dean Wysocki is going to take his first ever win in the THR Racing League. Holty will come home in second place from Lil Trev. Mazda will cross the line in fourth, but obviously his results don't count. So it will be Lil Trev third, followed by Kieran Argent in fourth. Deeks will take a fifth place. Peaceful Explosion will get a seventh. The Peaceful Explosion will get a sixth. Deeks gets a fifth, apologies, because obviously Mazda doesn't count. The Don will get a seventh. Smithy's gone into the pit lane for some strange reason, not quite sure. Rebby gets eighth place. Greeny will take ninth. From Smithy, who will take 10th. Alfie will get 11th. And Swimfins will take 12th place then, as we wait for Alfie to finish. Oh, the emotions that must be going through Dean. We'll get him in for an interview in just a moment. He nearly threw that away at the end though, Keegs. Keegs not there at the moment. Let's just catch up on some chat. Come on, Dean. Yes, Dean, says Gary. Wacky Saki woohoo. Well done, Dean, says Sutty. He's getting quicker. Neil, well done, Dean. Michael Matthews, nice one, Dean. I got to slow down, then got a twitch on LOL. Dean says, cheers, Gary. Nice pit entry. Smithy says, tin top. And Gary says, getting quicker, my mate. But it's Dean Wysocki takes his first ever win in the THR League from Holty. Little Trev, who got the fastest lap, a 42.1 from Holty, 42 dead from Peaceful. Peaceful Explosion will take the fastest lap then. Let's get Dean Wysocki in for an interview. What a race, Keegs. Dean, you must be absolutely buzzing. Just waiting a minute for Dean.
Yeah.
You must be absolutely buzzing, Dean.
Absolutely, definitely. I had a bit of a little moment there on that last chicane.
Looked like you gave it away towards the end there as the guys behind you started to catch you up. Did you start to make a few mistakes at the end?
Yeah, I touched before the last barrier on the chicane.
All right.
Down a bit.
Fair enough. I've just had a message from Kieran that says you've just deafened him. You must have been screaming as you crossed the line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just a bit.
You must be over the moon, mate. Well done. Congratulations, honestly, buddy. What's the plan for the rest of the night, mate? A few more wins, maybe?
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, with that race, mate, you've clawed some points back on Holty in the championship. Are you looking at really taking the fight to him going into the second half of the season?
Yeah, 100%.
Well done, mate. Enjoy this one and best head down for the rest of the night, buddy.
Thank you, right? The title is on.
Good luck.
Thank you. See you later, boys.
See you later, mate. Absolutely over the moon is Dean there. And he has every right to be. Message off of Kieran saying that Dean deafened him as he crossed line. He's cut the gap to 30 points to Holty, and what a race that was, Keegs.
Yeah, it was a good race. Got really close near the end. I was really wanting Dean to win it, and I was getting a bit scared for him, but he managed to keep it 9, so yeah, well done to him.
He's on most nights. He tests with the Group A lads most nights, and he just wants to improve. And for him to get his first win under his belt, it's a special feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, he seemed really happy with it, and I hope he is.
He absolutely loves it, does Dean? Absolutely loves it. Deafened. Kieran is what the message I got. He deafened him. So, brilliant. I think we just need to wait for Walshy and Smithy to change their livery as Rebby running in the best colours on the grid, the launch racing colours.
Yeah, I think car 39 and 40 be good for them.
Yeah, I do believe so. I think that's fine. Mazda's changed into the Nicholas Hamilton monster skin, so that's fine. I think Don needs to change into the same colours as Rebby, and then Walshy and Smithy also need to just change their colours. Well done, Dean. And Gary says when he finally gets online to practice. Yeah, Dean's got a habit of saying he'll be on at 8:30 and comes on about 10:30, 11. So he gets a bit of practice in with the Group A lads. Bless him. No, hats off to him. A great win for him. And another winner in this league, in such a fantastic league. Another winner to add to the many list of winners. The greats of like AMH, Iceman, Little Leach, NJ's won races. Myself. Keegs, have you won a race?
Yeah.
Keegs, you've won a race. You're on that list, the list of greats. Deeks, Holty, Kieran. Gary in the chat says good colour, Welshie. Oh, is that because that's Team THR colours?
THR.
Oh. I think we're all set and all ready to go as we wait for Kieran. Everybody looks like they're in the right colours then. No, we're just waiting on Deeks. Oh, well. Deeks and Holty.
In the rookie, so...
Oh, maybe he wasn't able to change the colour then, because if he's still in the rookies, that's glitched out for him.
Yeah, I'm going to guess he's going to be in the wrong colour.
Yeah. We can let that one slide. The game does sometimes glitch out. So then, the Tin Top Racing UK Renault Clio Cup, Tin Top Racing in the chat. Sponsor that's here every race night, every week. Fantastic sponsor. Fantastic group of lads. Deeks actually leads the way in this, but it's the H&D Motorsport lads who lead in every championship so far. Deeks leads on 90 points from Kieran Argent on 61. Greenie's third, so Greenie should be looking for a good showing from Greenie on this one. Rebby then fourth, Holty down in fifth, Big Boy Brazier sixth, Lil Trev seventh, Don Productions eighth, Alfie's in ninth, Peaceful Explosions 10th, Dean Wasocki not having the best of time in these cars, only in 11th, TMLS 12th, BTCV 13th, Swimfins 14th, James Dudley and Starscream no points in these cars. As we're on board Alpha here, everybody coming out the pits. I think we'll let the cars get round a bit, Keegs, and then towards the end of the lap we'll try and jump on Deeks. Or if you want to jump on Deeks now, we'll go on board a lap with Deeks.
Oh, huge accident.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's Deeks. No, I think that looks like Alfie and Swimfins. Because Holty's running in the green.
He's in the green.
Yeah, Deeks running obviously the wrong colours, so obviously the game has glitched out for him, unfortunately.
Someone driving in the background again there.
Yep, so let's jump on board a lap with Deeks and throat feeling a bit sore after that one. So happy for Dean to get his first win. It's always nice when you see the drivers get their first wins. And when they're on, and you know, you can hear them trying and push and get better and better and better, it's always nice to get that first win.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. I obviously got mine 2 races ago, if I'm right.
Yeah.
And it felt great.
Yeah, definitely.
Just to cross the line in first place, it just feels brilliant.
It does, absolutely. So Deeks then down towards Cop's corner for the first time on his timed lap. Takes it nice. You do not want to touch that inside curve then at Cops. It will bounce onto 2 wheels, and that's not what you want. Towards Maggots we go. Good little quick left-hander, flat out. These cars do like to get out on the cold tyres with the back end. Picks his braking zone, brakes. There's what I mean about the back end stepping out and just runs onto the grass. That's going to hurt his lap time. We'll stay on board for the rest of the lap, but that will hurt it. So around wide at Beckett's through Chapel Curve. And as you can see, he has a slowdown. Back up to full pace now. Championship leader in these. Has actually won 2 races in this. Won the last race last week. So all important race here. He's also got a 4th and a 2nd. So good consistency as he comes through Stowe. Down towards Club Corner. Down to 4th gear. Flat out on the power after he brakes down this short straight. Pull back over to the right hand side as you flick the car left for Abbey Curve. It's a quick corner as well, so just flicks it left. There he goes. Keep that foot on the power. Do not let off at all. Down the straight he goes. Lap time's already coming in. Brakes for the chicane. Down to 4th. Does he drop to 3rd? Yes, he does. Car going a bit sideways through the exit to the first bit, but around the chicane well. And we know he had a slowdown, so that's only going to put him 5th. So watch out for the pace of Deeks to come through there. Mazda in the chat says Dean for the win again. So we'll keep an eye on Dean. Little Trev hasn't set a time yet, so we'll see where he goes then. Dean Wasaki's just crossed the line in his 11th, so he hasn't set a time neither. Let's actually grab Mazda in for a quick mid-qualifying interview. Let's grab Mazda in then. As you can see, Rebby currently sits P14. He's not done a lap time neither. It's Kieran Argent who's 2/10 quicker than his teammate Peaceful Explosion at the moment.
Hello.
Evening, Mazda.
How are we doing?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yourself?
Not bad.
In as a filler tonight. How's the racing been?
Well, from where I am, I'm just chilling out, racing, you know, with the Group B boys. A lot of carnage on the lap ones, but just get your way through and boom. Good.
How happy was for you? Obviously, knowing Dean personally, how happy was for you for him to get his first win?
To be honest, I could hear him on the microphone and he was screaming over the finish line, so I'm really happy for him to get his first win.
Definitely. I've seen in the chat that you're tipping Dean for the win in this. Who are you tipping for pole position?
Holty, just by looking at the times, look, 1.1 off.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's finding summit.
Well spotted there, 1.1 off. Welshie then, he's going to... Well, let's stay on board with Welsh as he comes across to finish his lap. Are you enjoying just being a filler here, getting some laps in ahead of tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm getting, like I say, I'm getting practicing for tomorrow night because, you know, the Group A boys are just, well, too fast.
Apart from Gary.
Yeah, Gary's like, you know, not bad. Average.
As Welchie goes P10 at the moment then. Who's that P4? That's Deeks P4, so Dean Wasocki sits P9 at the moment. Here's Smith, he's about to finish a lap. Is he going to improve any as he comes through the chicane? Where does he get? Goes quicker, but stays P12 at the moment. So ahead of Swim Fins, but a bit quicker for him. Holty leads by 1.1. Here comes Swim Fins. Oh, struggling with the chicane a bit there. Is he going to be any quicker on his time? 19 seconds behind the leader at the moment. Any quicker there? Here's a bit, goes 18.2 behind, so... Gary says in chat that everyone talking about him means that we're all worried. There's only one man I'm worried about, and that's Sooty. Because Sooty's rapid, the pad man. Here is Holty, 1.1 seconds he leads by. He's got a good little slipstream from Deeks in front. Don't forget Deeks and Holty teammates. Does Deeks slow down any to let his teammate have the run in the chicane? No, Holty's going to really mess that up a bit, and that may have hampered Lil Trev or Dean Wasocki. Crosses the line, no improvement. Here comes Alfie. Where's he sit at the moment? He's 6th, 7th. Can't improve that time round, neither. Don Productions has gone up into 2nd place, so a good lap from him, only 3/10 off of the lap time. Here comes Dean Wasocki. Greeny's up into 5th as well. THR Racing said it would be a Tin Top Taurus front row, which is Kieran and Peaceful. It's not looking that way at the minute. Dean Wasocki goes quicker, and that goes 5th quickest for him, so he goes ahead of Greeny. So good time here, 2 minutes 16 seconds left. Maz, we'll let you get back to your chat, and we'll probably speak to you again later on.
Yeah, alright, cheers.
Cheers, boys, for joining us. Some good times there from Holty. Holty seems quick over one lap, Keegs, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's... If I'm being honest, I didn't expect him to be up there in these. I'm not sure where he's in the championship, but I thought Deeks would have maybe been taking pole.
Yeah, definitely. Deeks the man to watch in these. He sits P7 at the moment. Holty's 5th in the title, so, you know, he's 36 points off of his teammate. But not having the best of runs. The form of Holty has been an 11th, a 10th, a 1st and a 4th. So, an up and down season for Holty in these, but looks like he's going to get the extra point for pole position here at the moment. Still 1.5 minutes remain at the moment. Gary and Sooty in the chat says send it. Send it. Go on the pole, says Gary as well. That must be for the Don, the mermaid. He's just crossed the line and he's not improved on his time there. So hopefully he can improve next time round as time's come in thick and fast. Kieran has now gone 2nd, 3/10 off of Holty. Where was Holty again? Let's see if he... Dean's actually dropped to 7th after everybody's done their lap times. He obviously comes round and finishes his lap a bit later than these guys. So we'll see. In fact, here he is. That is Deeks he's got in front, who runs P8. So can Deeks and Dean improve? Deeks doesn't. Dean Wasocki doesn't neither. And then Textic Grass. That's ruined his last lap there. So that'll be Dean done. Greeny's also done in P5. So that's unfortunate for Dean. Not the start he's going to want. Probably still a bit happy over his pole position. The Don sideways out of Abbey curve there. Clark Chapel curve there. Onto the higher straight. Needs to find 3/10 of a second. So does Kieran. There is Kieran though. Just behind the Don. Not close enough for a slipstream. But they need to get the times right. Need to get it switched on so they can send it for pole. Who's that pulled out the way? Kieran. So he must have a slowdown. So I don't think he's going to get pole here. Alfie in the pits. Dean in the pits. Greeny in the pits. Welship. Shout out to him. He's up in 9th place ahead of Rebby and Alfie. Good qualifying session for him. Only 1.8 off the pace. So good qualifying for Welsh. He must be the THR colours, Keegs.
Nah.
Rebby half a second up at the moment, and that'll do him. That'll only improve him ahead of Alfie. That's the Don in the pit, so Don can't improve. Where's Peaceful Explosion on track? Holty also in the pit lane. Here is Peaceful Explosion. 8/10 he needs to find. Is this the guy that's going to take pole position away from Holty, or is Holty going to make it 3 from 3 at the moment? Towards the Woodcut chicane he goes, around the first bit, through the second bit, only that last little bit to go. Does he improve on his time? He does, but it's not good enough for pole position. Lil Trev, is he still on a lap? No, just Welshie on a lap. Is he going to improve here? Actually, Rebby's just done him for 10th. Welshie, we'll find out, but it's Holty on pole again. Absolutely ecstatic with that. So it's Holty from Kieran. Don Production third. Peaceful 4th. Greeny 5th. Lil Trev 6th. Dean Wasocki down in 7th. Deeks 8th. Rebby 9th. Welshie 10th. Alfie 11th. Smithy 12th. And Swimfins 13th. So good qualifier for Welshie. Getting a top 10 on his debut. Kieran says apologies to Alfie there. So must have been a bit of a coming together. That might have been the incident you saw early on. 3 out of 3 pole positions for Holty tonight. The way this grid's lined up as well, Keegs, anyone can get a good start and slot through that middle bit.
Yeah, it's quite a big gap through the middle, so if you get a great start, you can just go straight through.
And I'll tell you what's got a good start. That's Peaceful Explosion round Kieran and past Holty already as they pull off the line. Holty will be outside for turn 1, and will that help Kieran to get through? There you see the Don in 4th just behind Holty as well. Little Trev got a good start, and Peaceful and Holty have touched, and they're sideways into turn 1, and round goes Peaceful. Kieran leads from Little Trev. Don 3rd. I tell you who's got a cracking start again from the back row of the grid is Smithy. Up into 4th place. He gets great starts. But Kieran leads. Who's that? That's Little Trev who's going to look up the inside. Don, is he hoping to make it 3 wide? No, thinks better of it. Little Trev up the inside. Bit of a tap up the back from Kieran. That's allowed Don up the inside of Kieran into 2nd place. Good little battle this. Smithy under pressure from Greeny with Dean Wasocki near him as well. And Little Trev and Don have a touch of each other. Kieran tries to avoid them. Oh, and Don's gone off. Did he catch Kieran? I don't think he did. Don's gone well off. And look who leads, it's Smithy in the lead. Dean up the inside. Greeny comes from nowhere as well. Greeny's round. That's someone on the roof. I think that might be Dean Wasocki on his roof. It is, it's Dean Wasocki on the roof. Maybe him and Greeny had a coming together there, all running so well. But Smithy leads from Kieran Argent.
That might be a slowdown there.
That might be a slowdown, you're right. Few people cut in the corner. Kieran up the inside of Smithy, and Smithy stays out the way of Lil Trev as well, not wanting to get involved in a fight. Oh, that's unfortunate. Smithy, get your elbows out and get racing these boys, I say.
I think he was taking his slow down from the corner before.
Yeah, probably was. So Kieran leads from Lil Trev. Can Lil Trev get his first win tonight? That'd be fantastic. Be even better if Smithy got his first win as well on debut. Here's Mazda in the background, followed by Rebby, Deeks. Welshie's up to 7th, so a good run from Welshie off the start. Rebby and Deeks then having a good little battle. There is Welshie, Holty just behind, then the Don, Alfie, Peaceful Explosion, Greeny, Dean Wasocki and Swimfins. Despite Greeny and Dean Wasocki being off and one of them upside down, they're only 8 seconds off the lead, so not too far behind. Was that Mazda?
I'm not sure what happened to them there then. I just seen one I think it was Greeny's car fly across the screen.
Yeah,
so.
Greeny round, and Dean ended up being on his roof, and that's a tap from Deeks on Rebby, and that's put Rebby wide. And look at the battle for the lead between Lil Trev and Kieran. This is keeping Smithy there. That's Welshie on the grass. That might be a slowdown there, but look at this. Mazda keeping out the way of this battle for the lead. Smithy on debut sniffs a podium, does he? Lil Trev up the inside. He might sniff a race win. And Kieran's got to go the long way round. Smithy tucks inside. They touch. Kieran wide. Lil Trev has dropped to 4th. Smithy leads again, and I know that's going to go down popular in the chat, but it's the championship leader Deeks up into 2nd place. Kieran rubbing on the back of Lil Trev there. We said about Dean Wasocki after his race wins, we've said about him in the championship standing struggles in these cars. That proves with his incident again. But Deeks now leads from Smithy, so Deeks has passed Smithy there. Smithy, get your elbows out. You keep having the chance of the lead here. You've got a chance of a win, bud. Get your elbows out. Deeks takes the lead though. Championship leader leads here again. Lil Trev on the back of Smithy. Sutty in chat says he'll be buzzing if Smithy gets a podium. Deeks just touches that curb. You don't want to touch that too much. Alfie, the only man on track at the moment with a penalty. What racing we're seeing in these Clios already. The Tin Top Racing UK Clios never disappoint. And Deeks just pulling out a bit of a lead here as Smithy Gets it sideways round the corner. That's the way to do it. Chuck it in there. Lil Trev looks like he's got the run on Smithy here. The slipstream will take effect. Where's Rebby? Rebby down in 5th. Obviously, Mazda's not going to count, so ignore that. But he's well behind Lil Trev and Smithy at the moment as he's defending from Holty. Is Lil Trev going to send it up the inside? No, Smithy tries to keep it round the outside. Deeks had a bit of a problem. That might be a slowdown, and is Smithy going to look back at Deeks here? No, Deeks doesn't look to have a slowdown at the minute. Mazda is just driving. He just seems to be cruising along at the minute. Just trying to keep out of trouble, and Little Trev taps Mazda. They all keep it together. Rebby's going round the outside of Mazda there. Holt is in the mix of this. What great Clio racing. Little Trev up the little left-hander, leans on Smithy and pushes Smithy wide. They tap and touch a bit. Smithy, can he keep it? Oh, he's got into Mazda. Carnage. Cars are over. They're all flipping. Dunn's in there. Rebby's in there. Mazda's in there. Holt is in that. That's Kieran or Peaceful losing it there as well. And look in the background, there's Dean Wysocki catching up. Alfie up to 4th now. Kieran back in 3rd. Greeny's back up to 5th. Smithy out of all of that comes away 6th. Greeny's looking fast. Craig Leach in the chat. Nice to see you here as well, buddy. Carnage. It all started with Lil Trev running Smithy wide, and then it all happened from there. But Smithy still 6th. Holty on the back of him with the Don there. Dean Wysocki there. Deeks. Peaceful Explosions involved in this as well. Rebby. Absolute great Clio racing here. Sutty looking up the inside of Holty as that's the Don looking up the inside of Dean. Can Smithy tuck back into the slipstream? No, he can't. Dean tries to get into the slipstream of Holty. The Don tries to get into the slipstream of Smithy. Don and Dean touch. Don just goes a little wide. Can he keep it together? Yes, he can. Well held. Tucks into the slipstream of Dean Wysocki. Smithy's going to have the inside line as they come up to the next right-hander. Deeks has a time penalty up front, but leads by 3.3 seconds. Oh, and Smithy's round on his own. That's heartbreaking. Running so well in this Clio race, and round he goes on his own. Unlucky for him. Dean Wysocki and Welchie running really wide there. That'll be slowdowns unless they take the penalty. Don Productions gets overtaken from Peaceful Explosion. What a race, Keegs.
Yeah, it's been really good racing. A couple of incidents, pretty big incidents, but everyone seems to have it back on the road quite quick and they're off again.
Yeah, we said that the Clios are bringing some fun racing, and that they don't disappoint, and they aren't here. Smithy's dropped down to 13th place after his spin. Unfortunate for him, but a good little battle here between Peaceful Explosion and Holty again, and the Don wanting to join in. Who does this really help in the title? Well, it obviously helps Deeks pull away from his rivals even more. Kieran in 3rd. That's not bad as he runs 2nd in the title at the minute, and Greeny's running in 5th. He'll want to try and get up there as well as he's running 3rd in the title. The people that really lose out are Rebby and Holty. Rebby all the way down in 11th place at the moment. Dean up into 9th. Here is Alfie with Greeny all over the back of him. We're seeing Greeny round at this corner that they're coming up to with an incident with Dean Wysocki on lap 1 or 2. But with 2 minutes remaining here, can they get the job done? Alfie has a time penalty, so Greeny will know about that as he's wide again. Keeps it together well. Who's that wide? That is Peaceful Explosion and Don Productions. Don has a penalty. Peaceful has a penalty at the moment. So does Dean Wysocki. If Lil Trev will be able to see Deeks' time penalty, he can try and close it. If it's 2 seconds, he only needs 6/10 to get his first ever win. Kieran sitting 3rd. He's sort of in no man's land at the minute as Greeny has passed Alfie. The battle between Peaceful Explosion and Don continues though as he's having a look. Look at Dean Wysocki just behind Peaceful. He's gaining. Thinks better of it into the chicane. Welchie means business. He's got the lights on. He's drank his iron brew and away he goes today. He's on it.
Probably is as well, if I'm being honest.
He's not going to be on it there though. He's off the track at there. He's rejoined nicely. They're Don and Peaceful having a good battle. Dean and Welchie trying to get onto the back of this with Rebby just behind. As you can see, Peaceful's going to look to defend. Who's that that's made a mistake? That's Alfie who's made a mistake. Don looks to go the long way round but can't get it done. Look at the run that Dean Wasoki's got though. Can he tuck back into the slipstream? Sutty in the chat says an iron brew and a donut. Dean Wasoki all over the back of Don. These three will know what their penalties are each. And is Dean going to send it? No. Sutty would. Peaceful off. That's going to be a slowdown. If he doesn't take it, it's going to be an even bigger time penalty. But that allows Don and Dean through. Welchie in the background defending from Rebby. Battle back up front. Alfie for 5th. On the back of Greeny in 4th and Holty in 6th just behind. Deeks has lost the lead to Lil Trev, so he must have made a mistake. That's the battle there for the lead. As this is for the win, in fact, Keegs. Lil Trev is going to come home and he's going to take his debut win as well as Dean Wasoki tonight. 2 debut winners and a fantastic win for him. Brilliant to see new lads winning each week. Kieran. Deeks has a big penalty as Kieran Argent's going to take a 2nd. Deeks comes home in 4th. Greeny's going to take a 3rd, so a good result for him. Holty gets 5th. After what's been pole position 3 in a row, he's only going to come home in 5th as we wait for Swimfins to complete. Alfie will get 6th place. Do you want to invite Lil Trev in, Kieran, Keegs for interview? The Don gets 7th. Dean Wasoki gets 8th. Rebby 9th. Peaceful gets 10th. Welshie will get 11th. Smithy 12th. Swimfins will get 13th. Obviously, as Mazda's results don't count. Do you want to get Lil Trev in for an interview, Keegs? And I'll work out fastest lap in just a moment. Ariel in the chat says Smithy MVP. Neil says well done Lil Trev. Smithy says that was so much fun. Gary says well done Lil Trev. Manic says Kieran Argent. Going well there Smithy, keep it up, says Gary. And Smithy says I won't repeat what he says actually. Did you invite Lil Trev in? Can you invite him in for me, buddy? And we'll try and get him in for an interview. As fastest lap of the race. What a crazy race. Goes to 41.4 for Holty. No, Smithy. No, sorry. My fault. Welshie nearly took the fastest lap actually. But now it's going to be Holty who takes fastest lap. So a pole and a fastest lap, but only a 5th place there then. As we wait for little Trev. Evening, little Trev. Could you just go into your main menu on the PlayStation at the beginning? If you press the PlayStation button, go on to the party. Press party settings. And it says allow your voice to be shared. Can you press always allow? Alright, cheers buddy. So your first win of the season, first win in the THR League, how was that?
Oh, it was brilliant. I've been just trying to get some consistency. It's paying off.
What happened to Deeks at the end? Because we didn't actually see on board. We saw he was 2 seconds behind and then all of a sudden he was leading.
Yeah, he drifted out onto the grass and yeah, then I just went up the inside.
Teaming up with Dean Wasoki tonight. And you've took back-to-back wins for the team, so that's good for you, the team.
It seems to be working.
Yeah, definitely.
First podiums for me tonight, so good teamwork at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. What's your plans for the rest of the night? Head down and keep going?
Keep it clean and, yeah, just try and pick up some points.
Well done, buddy. All the best.
Cheers, thank you.
So with that then, Keegs, Deeks only has a 25-point lead to Kieran Argent now, and Greeny's cut the gap to 31. Big winner from that was Lil Trev, who's up to 5th place now, only 37 points off the title. Holty goes 4th. So, yeah, fantastic. Thanks for Tin Top Racing. We'll see you tomorrow night and next week. Just call him Spurs Smithy. They always bottle it too. Michael Matthews, GT4's next. Michael Matthews, obviously, Peaceful Explosion. Have fun. See you tomorrow, says Tin Top. So we'll catch you later. Catch you tomorrow night, hopefully, for the Group A lads, which I do believe will be joined by Dean Wasocki tomorrow night. A variety of commentators in the Group A event. And I do believe tomorrow night is going to be Dean Wasocki. And based off of tonight, with his first ever win, he may be happy. Just waiting for everybody to pick the right liveries. We just need Welshie and Smithy. I think Welshie's picked himself a nice little livery there. A bit of purple. Nothing wrong with a bit of purple. Lovely colour. As we wait. Mazda, I think you need to change your livery, pal. You can jump back in the launch racing one as no one is running it. Peaceful for pole in the GT4, but Kieran for the win, says Sutty. What's your predictions, Keegs?
Not really sure, if I'm being honest. I mean, Kieran seems pretty quick in these, so I think I'll probably go with him.
Yeah. Kieran for pole. For pole or for the win, or both?
No clue, but I'll go for him for the win. But it could, no clue on like who'll go for pole.
Fair enough. As we wait for everybody to ready up. Is Little Trev in the right colours? Yep, so I think we're ready to go. Just waiting for Kieran. I think the race is now 15 minutes long. I'm not quite sure if Kieran's changed that. He hasn't, so it will be a 10-minute race.
We just add time onto the next one, or
We'll just add the 5 minutes onto the touring car race and make that a 20-minute race. So let's go back over some of the comments in the chat. When it lets me.
Gary said Kieran for pole.
So yeah, Ariel says Smithy should have won that if he didn't get punted. Craig Leach, obviously aka Little Leach, go on Smithy, rear wheel drive is your thing, send it. By TTR says Sutty. Ariel, hashtag you only live once. And Gary says Kieran for pole. So we'll see what lap times we'll get here in for pole position. As let's run down the GT4 Super Cup, the hard compound Ginetta GT4 Super Cup. It is Kieran Argent who leads the way, 27 points ahead of Deeks. So for once, H&D Motorsport do not lead the title. Don Productions though sits third, 50 points behind. Rebby fourth, 54 points behind. Then you start to drop off really. Green is fifth, 70 points behind from Dean Wasocki and Lil Trev, tied on 50 points apiece, and now teammates. So interesting there. Peaceful Explosion sits 8th. Holty only sits 9th in this one, Keegs. So not exactly enjoying the best of times in these cars. Swimfins 10th. Big Boy Brazier 11th. Alfie 12th. TMLS 13th. BTC Reed 14th. James Dudley and Starscream haven't scored at all. So we'll go aboard Kieran Argent for a lap here. Let's pick him up there. Well done, Matt. Great cameras and commentary. Put Keegs as well on that. Aero says don't do 20-minute touring cars. The front wheel drive cars will have no chance. Lovely livery on the Don's car from Sutty. So what's the Don's livery? Can we just find out?
It's livery.
Oh, it is. It is the Team Soft livery. It is. Let's jump back on board Kieran for the lap then as he leads the championship way. We'll be speaking to Kieran at the end of the night. Just invite Mazda back in and we'll get his thoughts on that clear race after a mayhem of a race he was involved in an incident. If you just want to invite him in for Mick Keegs, and we'll be on board Kieran for this lap. Beautiful livery, says Sutty. Beautiful livery. As Kieran Argent comes through the chicane then down towards Cops Corner for the first time in the GT4s tonight. Nice on the brakes, bit of throttle, keeps it in fourth, brings it round. Just bear with us, Maz, we'll get to you in a moment. Just going to do this lap with Kieran. Up towards Maggots, the left-hander, sling it in there, flat out, don't lift off. Well done. To the right of the track, bring it back left as you're braking towards Beckett's. Where does he brake? Just on the tarmac on the left-hand side. Keeps it in fourth, down to third, half throttle. Now the power goes down. Let that rear, try not to let it step out on you, and he does well. Slings it into Chapel Curve. Down the hanger straight we go, and he's got a lovely slipstream from, I think, the Don, in that beautiful livery, as Sutty says. Got a lovely slipstream from him. Fifth gear. Does he drop it into fourth as he comes round Stowe? He does on exit because he was running wide. Back on the power, Kieran goes now. Lap times will come in before him, just the 2. Kieran, third car out on track. Runs a little wide coming through club. Shouldn't really affect him. Just touching the grass like that shouldn't affect him at all. Chuck it into Abbey now, flat out again. Keep it right to the track as you run out wide, and then slowly bring it across to the left. Set yourself up for the Woodcut chicane. Pick your braking zone. There's the board. Where does he brake? Second piece of tarmac right at the end of that. Down to fourth and third. Touches the first part of the chicane. Just touches a second. Eases the throttle back down as he crosses the line and does a 1:34.5, 8 tenths quicker than the Don. Good lap there from Kieran, and it can only get better as the tyres get warmer. Mazda, hectic clear race there.
Yeah, mate.
Absolutely mental.
It worked.
You got involved in an incident. Obviously a bit of a one where there were about 4 of you rolling down the straight. Fun?
Yeah, it worked. Well, prior to that, I was like backing off because I didn't want to interfere with, them racing, and then got onto it straight. I thought, well, I need to, either pass or try and back off, and next minute I get tapped. Boom.
Absolute brilliant action to watch. Who you tipping for this one, mate? Because we've had a few Kierans for pole and Kieran for the win, and we've also had a Peaceful Explosion for the win. Who are you tipping in these?
I think with me racing against Kieran in the past, I'm going to say Kieran for pole and win.
Kieran pole and win in your mind. He's 7 tenths quicker than Holty, as we're on board Deeks. Currently sits P4. And people to not do a time is Swinfins and Smithy. What's your thoughts on this one then? Are you a fan of the GT4 Super Cup?
Yeah, I love it. It's a tricky car to race. And with this track being wide, it might be nice and easy to actually drive. Apart from that chicane. Yeah,
definitely. Monkey Boy in chat says Deeks for the win. Well, let's see if Deeks can improve on his time. He's a second down as he comes into the Woodcut chicane. Just under 5 minutes remain in qualifying. Does Deeks improve on his time? He does. Puts it on pole by 4 tenths of a second at the moment. Peaceful then goes second, and Holty's banged it on pole. The H&D Motorsport teammate to Deeks, 300ths quicker than Peaceful Explosion. So the normal guys battling it out at the front. Kieran obviously didn't improve that time round. Where's the Don on track? He's just in front of Kieran. He's down to 7th. Alfie's up to 6th. Green is down in 9th. Dean Wasocki runs 10th at the moment, and Welshie running 11th. Swinfins and Smithy not set a lap time. Good lap there from Holty, boys.
Yeah, he's, again, didn't really expect him to put that quick of a lap in, but yeah, he's going really well tonight.
He's not really up there in this championship. Just look at his recent form. Never took a pole or a fastest lap, and his best finish is second. He's just down in 9th in the championship race. Of obviously others being a bit more consistent above him. A pole could help get his championship started here, though. Does he improve this time? Here comes Kieran, Mazda, and a few other people's person who they've tipped to get pole and the win. Improves, but it's only good enough for third. 2 tenths down on Peaceful and Holty at the moment. Here comes Peaceful. Is that Deeks or Holty just behind him, getting a lovely little toe? Peaceful crosses the line. Doesn't go any quicker, neither does Deeks. Does Holty? No, doesn't come up. So nothing from Holty. Where's little Trev? He's only 3/10 off this battle. Here he is. Through the chicane he comes. Just under 3 minutes remaining. He doesn't improve neither. Don down in 8th. He's not having the best of qualifying. Alfie up in 6th. Not seeing much of Alfie tonight. Rebby down in 7th. Greeny in the pits as normal. Are you looking forward to racing these tomorrow in Group A, Mazda?
Yeah, I am. I'm always psyched for racing, especially the Group A boys. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to score good points for launch racing.
Definitely. There is Kieran Argent behind. I think that's Rebby. Yeah. In what Sutty's class in the nicest livery on the grid in Group B. Can Rebby improve on his 7th place? 1.6 off the leader. He's got to actually find 1.1 seconds to gain on Alfie. So with Swimfins has returned. We didn't actually have Swimfins there, so we'd lost him. Smithy running last at the moment. Obviously Master's time's not counting. Can Rebby improve on his time? If so, how much by? 8/10, so it keeps him 7th. What does Kieran do? Well, he's not gone any quicker. Where's Peaceful and Holty? Here's Peaceful. I think Holty's behind. So where is Peaceful? Can he improve? He will get another chance to do another lap, and he does. Goes 4/10 quicker of Holty, who is well behind Peaceful now. So has he had a problem? Sutty in the chat says, Gary, do you know who this launch racing is? You'll find out tomorrow night. It's the team that taps your team, Sutty, in the Porsches. That's who it is. Join us tomorrow night for Dean Wasaki's commentary in the Group A race, 8 o'clock, same channel as always. Jack's joined us from Group A as we speak. Evening, Jack.
Hello.
Are you watching the stream at the moment? If so, how are you finding it?
I'll tune in right now. I've just been racing myself.
That's alright. So Peaceful Explosion on pole at the moment by 4/10 of a second from Kieran, from Holty. Kieran a further 6/10 back at the moment. Mazda will let you go and get ready for the race.
Yes, mate.
Obviously, keep out of trouble.
I'll try to. But you never know with this lot.
Best of luck. Gary says he found a dummy with it written on. We'll see tomorrow night, Gary. As Smithy goes quicker than Greeny. Greeny's dropped down to 12th here and isn't running well at the moment. 24 seconds remain. Here is Holty. 4/10 he's got to find on this, the last lap. Kieran's going to cross the line. Rebby's just gone into P2. Can Kieran improve on his time? No improvement. Will get an extra lap in though. Where's Peaceful? Here he is. Can he improve on his time and create an even bigger gap? No, but will get an extra lap in. Holty won't get the extra lap in, so this will be it for Holty. Who else is in the pits? That's Dean Wasaki, Deeks, Don, Smithy, Greeny. Peaceful's pitted. So people pitting left, right, centre here. Holty's going to come through to complete his qualifying. Trying to keep that back end in check. Crosses the line. No improvement. P3 at the moment. Little Trev's done. Alfie's going to put it in the pits. Where's Rebby then? Rebby's the one to watch. Rebby and Kieran here as well. She will keep an eye on him as he's about to finish his lap. 9/10 up on his lap. That might put him inside the top 10 and knock Dean down to 10th. So can he get the chicane right? Oh, it wants to wiggle on him. He's cut the chicane. That'll be a lap time invalid, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I think he braked a bit too late there. Just couldn't hold it for the chicane.
Yeah, definitely. Can we try and pick Kieran up and Rebby? Get Kieran first, I reckon. No, Kieran last car out on tracks. Let's get Rebby. Here's Rebby just in front of Kieran then. Got to find 3/10. Got to just find 4/10 here as Rebby. 4 pole position. Comes across the line now. No quicker. Can Kieran get it? 6/10 he's got to find. He goes quicker, but it's not enough. So it's Peaceful Explosion who'll take pole. I mean, Kieran won't mind that being teammates. So it's Peaceful from Rebby. Holty 3rd, Kieran 4th. Deeks in 5th, Lil Trev 6th, Alfie 7th, Don Productions 8th, Dean Wasaki 9th, Walshy 10th, Smithy 11th, Greeny 12th, Swimfins 13th, and obviously Mazda as filler bringing up the rear. Looking forward to tomorrow night, Jack, seeing his rear?
Yeah, I am, to be fair, yeah.
What can Team Soft do tomorrow?
Well, hopefully we can carry on with some decent form in the GT4s.
Yeah, leading the constructors in
Yeah,
that one.
so-
Maybe a win or
yeah,
two.
so- yeah, it'd be nice.
Good.
Be nice. I've been with the testing what we've been doing. I think relatively confident I'll get a half decent result with
That's good, then.
in the Touron cars as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's what you want. The lights are out and away we go then in the GT4s. And look at the start from Rebby. Absolutely away. Rubs a pit wall. They're not sure about that. That's Alfie round in the background, or Swim Fins. In fact, there's a couple of cars round. Walshy, I think, was caught up in that as well. Or was it Smithy? Smithy Greeny, a tap in the back. Kieran leads this race from Rebby, Holty, Peaceful. Welsh's got himself up into 5th. That's is that Deeks or Dean Wasocki runs 6th, Mazda 7th, Deeks or Dean Wasocki run 8th, and that is Rebby off, going down towards turn 2. So a bad start from him. Deeks running 5th, right behind Walshy. Good start from him, from 10th place on the grid up to P4. But Kieran under pressure from Holty here. Holty really needs to get his championship going in the GT4s. This being the halfway mark of the season, and gets up the inside of Kieran. Good move, job done. Bit conservative from Kieran at the minute, obviously with 10 minutes in this race. Peaceful though, all over the back of his teammate, not want to take each other out. The constructors matter as well. And Holty makes a mistake and runs wide, and that's allowed the Tin Top Tourers through. Kieran leads from Peaceful. Holty's 3rd, Welshie up in 4th. That's Dean Wasocki running 5th, Deeks in 6th. Mazda's just past Rebby, as you can see Mazda keeping out the way. There's Don just behind Rebby in the background. Now then under braking, Kieran early on the brakes. We didn't see that last week at the hairpin. Welshie's round, Holty's round. Welshie's gone into the pit lane there. Oh, so unlucky, but that's put Mazda 3rd. Deeks is now up to 4th. I think Dean Wasocki's had a problem. Oh no, he's battling with Rebby. He's 5th, 6th, he's 5th as he comes out. Might be side by side with Rebby, they're not quite sure, but it's the Tin Top Tourers 1-2 at the moment. Who's going to lead the way? Dean's round. Touch the curb, it looks like, and round he goes. Deeks up to 3rd then. His teammate lost it at the chicane. Can he put pressure on the Tin Top Tourers? The constructors, the Tin Top Tourers really want this, as H&D Motorsport was only 31 points behind. With a 1-2 here, this will be brilliant points scored for them. Deeks running just behind Kieran. He'll want to gain and pass him, as that'll help for the championship as well. But Holty just can't get his championship going in these cars. Running in 9th place in this one. Peaceful's going to want a good score here, as he wants to get his championship started. He's only running in 8th. There's Mazda and Deeks in the background. You can see Mazda turns the lights on. His points will not count, don't forget. Rebby running 5th. Lil Trev currently 6th. Holty has just passed Dean Wasocki for 7th. The Don down in 8th. Welshie's down in 10th after his spin. Greeny 11th. Smithy 12th. Alfie 13th. And Swimfins 14th. Not seen the best from Alfie tonight, but nonetheless, I think Holty's had a bit of a problem as he's dropped behind Dean and Don. There must be a good battle in the background as the two teammates. Peaceful leads from Kieran Argent, and I think Peaceful might just start to run away with this there. He's just built out a bit of a gap, and I think there, Keegs, that that may have been team orders to let Peaceful go as he looks the quicker car.
It makes sense, doesn't it?
Does indeed. Little Trev running in 6th place. There's Dean Wasocki, his new teammate for tonight, obviously part of Team Wakisakid, running 7th. Rebby just in front, the only car at the minute with a time penalty. Like I say, the drivers will know what it is. We don't at the moment. Mr. Pancake in the chat. ... Well, nice to see new viewers here watching. That's what we want to see, what we want to get forward. More people watching and enjoying the stream. Little Trev looking on Rebby there then. Dean Wasocki's picked himself up a time penalty now. Are we going to get Peaceful to win? 4 different winners tonight. Don't forget, Holty won the rookies. Dean Wasocki won the Holty won the juniors, Wasocki won the rookies, Lil Trev won the Clios. At the minute it's Peaceful, pulling out to a 2nd gap now from Kieran Argent. Lil Trev just can't close to the back of Rebby here, and as you can see from the minimap, the cars just started to get a bit strung out. We've had fantastic racing all around in the first 3 races. The GT4s and Porsches just tend to gap each other a bit, and it tends to just get a bit dull at times, but so we'll keep our eyes on it. We'll see what happens, but Lil Trev 0.6 of a second behind Rebby. As Mazda doesn't score tonight, Deke's going to take a good third place and a solid podium. He will want to gain on Kieran though, and really put him on under pressure for the championship. In fact, Kieran looks like he's made a mistake. He's lost 1.3 seconds here, and that's Mazda close to the back of him. There's Peaceful, there is Kieran. Mazda on the back, runs wide, that might be a slowdown. And Kieran have a slowdown penalty. If so, Deeks is caught to the back of him. Not quite as close as he'd want to be at the minute. Mazda's still 0.7 behind. In fact, where is Deeks? Has Deeks had a bit of a problem? Because he's dropped even further back. Maybe a slowdown for himself. Tries to keep the car on the road and does so well there. Halty down in 8th. It's not been his night so far in this one. Welchie was running well at the start. He's down in 11th. Can he find the 7 seconds to gain on the Don? As you can see from the map, cars are starting to get a bit strung out here. Peaceful Explosion is actually coming up to a back marker. That will be Alfie. So Alfie is about to be lapped any time within the next couple of laps. Swimfin's running just in front is the second blue dot on your map. I think Alfie's lost it again here, as Peaceful has lapped him. Kieran comes up to lap him now. In fact, where is Alfie? He's off on track. He's off track somewhere. They're all going to pass. He's there. Is he waiting for everybody to come past? That car doesn't even sound like it's running to me. So not sure what's happened to Alfie. Either way, Swimfins has only just gone round the first corner. Kieran pulling out a good gap. Mazda must have had a poor chicane as Deeks has the run on him. In a battle for third place, it's, you know, Deeks will get third anyway. He'll just want to get past Mazda, so Mazda's not holding him up. Alfie says, Alfie in chat must have been off to comment. Not quite sure what that is. As Jack has left the party, so hopefully Jack will be watching. We'll be with Jack tomorrow night. Halty runs a bit wide, and so did Dean Wasocki. Dean cannot get it back on track. He's spinning round here. So not what Dean would want as Keegs has passed him. Greeny's passed him, sorry. Keegs. Don't know if Keegs is there. Can't hear him at the moment. Teams, yes, Jack. Team Soft says Suttit. Dean Wasocki down in 9th after he's lost it. So the Don didn't manage to catch him. But Dean running 9th. Welshie down in 11th place. According to Alfie in the chat, Keegs sick of the fillers ruining races. Well, I've not seen Mazda near Alfie in this race, so I don't know what that's about. Because I've not seen Mazda near Alfie on this track, so couldn't tell you what that one's about.
I couldn't tell you either.
Halty running in 7th place after Dean span. The field just getting a bit strung out here.
Yeah, there's not much to really go with. I mean, this is probably the closest battle right now on the track with Deeks and Mazda.
Yeah, Deeks and Mazda, and it's for a position that Deeks is going to inherit anyway, so, you know.
Yeah.
Alfie says it's not Mazda, it's the back ones, P12, not having a clue. Alfie, they aren't fillers. They are here for the league for permanent, for the future. So any problem with that, take it up with the THR admin group if you've got a problem. They're here for the season, so they're not actually fillers. So if you have a problem with that, Alfie, take that up with, save your clip and take that up with the THR admin team. And I'm sure they'll that out there then. Alfie then caught up at the start that we saw Keys with, I think, Smith.
Yeah, I think it was Smithy off the line.
Because Welshie was up to 4th.
He was up, yeah. It was Smithy, and then there was a few other ones as well in it, if I'm right.
Yeah, that's right. 39 seconds remaining. Peaceful Explosion is going to cross the line to start the last lap in what has been, Keeks, a pretty dull race at the moment.
Yeah, there's not really been much battles, not much to really go with, but they are really separate, so just need to see what happens with the rest of it. Last lap here.
Sorry to butt in, Sutty, well said there. Alfie as well, yeah, good point for everybody that's aware. Let's try and keep the stream free of poor negative comments. Let's keep the stream. If you've got problems, take it up with the admin team and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. Let's keep the stream, obviously, a positive place.
Someone's off right at the back somewhere.
Yeah, that's Welshie. Smithy Swimfins has had a moment at the chicane. Where's Peaceful Explosion? As he's going to come through to... He's here then, coming down the hanger straight. Not a lot to talk about in this one. Hopefully the Porsche... We've had such exciting races so far. This one's been a bit dull at the moment. But Peaceful, a good win. He's got his head down. Team orders maybe to let him through as he was the quicker car. Not on the last lap he wasn't, but he's managed to pull a 3-second gap. Mr. Pancake in the chat. Nice to see new people watching. And we hope you enjoy it.
Giving us to flash the lights before the finish.
We're going to end up getting Peaceful Explosion in for an interview as he's taking his time through the chicane to make sure he doesn't make a mistake. A flash of the lights from Peaceful, and in what has been a bit of a dull race, a team photo finish there for the Tin Top Tourers as Peaceful takes it from Kieran Argent. A fantastic race for the Tin Top Tourer boys. Mazda will get third, but obviously Deeks will inherit that position.
Little Trev beats Rebby on penalties.
So Deeks will come home third. Little Trev, like you say, gets fifth ahead of Rebby on penalties. Sorry, what will be fourth ahead of Rebby on penalties. So Rebby will get a fifth. Holty's going to come home in a sixth. Greenie's going to get an eighth. So a good race for Greenie. He's going to get a seventh, sorry, because of the others. The Don is then going to get an eighth. Dean Wasoki's going to get a ninth. Good little battle here between Welshie and I think Alfie to finish the race. And that's just stupid if he's gone to take him off there. He's just missed the brakes to drive into the back of Welshie. It wasn't Alfie, it was Swimfins. Hopefully that wasn't intentional, as Welshie will get a 10th place, Smithy will get an 11th, Swimfins will get a 12th, and Alfie will get a 13th. Hopefully Swimfins didn't do that intentional. Let's see, do you want to invite Peaceful in for an interview and I'll check down the fastest lap? 1:32.8 from Peaceful. Yeah, 1:32.8 from Peaceful Explosion. So a clean sweep for Peaceful, a pole, a fastest lap, and a race win. That is going to hopefully help him out in the championship and get his season really started now, as we're at the halfway point. Then, so let's see if we can get Peaceful in. Evening, Peaceful, congratulations. Pretty easy race for yourself. Alright, no problem.
Everyone can hear me. Yeah, good getaway, good pole, so that's all that mattered. I finally did a clean race without spinning out by myself.
Helps that you had your teammate there to battle with.
Yeah, we had a good clean start, both got a decent getaway, and then we was going to use each other for the slipstream, and then I gained on Kieran, and then when I got past him on the braking, he made a little error, and then I just managed to pull away then and got, I think it was a 3.2 second lead, 3.5 second lead at one point.
Just managed to keep it nice and clean. And you've really now got your GT4 Super Cup Championship up and running, putting you up to 5th place. Obviously your teammate leads the way and you both lead the way in the constructors, so you've got to feel confident in terms of that as a team. What do you do now going into... Sorry, go on.
Go on. We're doing quite well as a team, to be fair, across the board, so as long as one of us is scoring, the other one's placing, we're pretty smart.
What do you do going into the second half of the season? Are you still looking to get the title yourself, or is it trying to help Kieran as much as possible.
See how we go. See how we go. If I start pulling out more races like this, then yeah, there's going to be a battle towards the end. But if not, then I'll try and be Kieran's rear guard, basically.
And going into the last 2 races of tonight, what you're hoping for? Another couple of wins?
Yeah, I feel I'm strong in the touring car. I'm not sure on the Porsche. I'm hit and miss on that, so we'll see how we go, I guess.
Yeah,
I've
no
had
problem.
A bit of practice on it with you guys, so that helped.
Definitely. Well, best luck for the rest of the night, buddy.
All right, cheers.
Just to go over the comments in the chat. Mr. Pancake made a weird comment. Well done, boy, says Sutty. Gary, well done, Smithy. Hard car to get to grips with for first time, not like you've had a season to get used to it. Ariel says, Alfie, you need to get out of the way when cars are passing you instead of trying to race them. Sutty said, agree. They're not the easiest. I presume that's to Gary's comment on in terms of the cars. Kieran, 15-minute race, don't forget. Well done, Peaceful, says Neil. Alfie says Ariel was kept off the racing line. The whole of that race, lol. Gary said, well done, Peaceful. Well done, Peaceful, and Kieran 1-2. Keep it up, Smithy, you'll get the hang of it, bud. Yeah, Ariel, it's called the grass, haha. Well done, bud, says Craig Leach. Well done, buddy, says Ariel. Love a newbie, says Smithy. And Gary says, you'll get better, mate. At least you're not running around at the back and actually keeping it going. Cheers, says Peaceful in the chat. Kieran, 15-minute race. Buddy.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for low trev and swim fins as well.
Oh, have we...
Swim fins needs to change his car, and then
yeah,
Lil
Trev also needs to change his car as well. Lil Trev's gone into the dark blue, wrong colour. And swim fins, if swim fins is there, if the Porsche isn't... we might be having problems with swim fins. If he leaves the lobby and then rejoins, that might fix the problem if it's not letting you change to the Porsche. So if we just wait a minute... He's in the GT3 Acura for me.
Yeah, that's what he's in for me as well. I don't think Lil Trev has the thingy pack.
Lil Trev might not have the livery pack. That's fine. Then Dean has changed his livery for the team. No, Alfie and Swimfin's running the orange with the blue. If Swimfin's is there, can he just leave the lobby to rejoin so that the car can be done to get you back in the right car with the right livery, please, bud? While we just wait for that, read a few more chats. Keep it clean, says Ariel. Adam says someone hasn't got the DLC, so that's obviously referring to Lil Trev, like you said.
That was Lil Trev, yeah.
And Sutty says bowling, buddy, referring to the new Cricket 19 game. Just waiting on Swimfins to change the car. If he has readied up, hopefully he can hear us. If not, Kieran, try just kick in Swimfins so we can invite him back in. So then he'll be able to pick the correct livery. Kieran should be able to kick people straight away. If anyone is talking to Swimfins, can we just tell him to leave the lobby to then come back in?
Someone's voted to kick Kieran.
Need to get Swimfins out and then back in so that he can change his livery, his car. Obviously the game has just glitched out ever so slightly. On it, says Adam. He is on it. He's always on it.
Jesus.
Just waiting for Swimfins here. Kieran has just confirmed that Dean Wasaki will be going to Little Trev's livery, as Little Trev doesn't have the DLC. Swimfins, mate, you've changed your livery, but for the Acura, we need you to get into the Porsche. If it's not letting you select the Porsche, we need you to back out the lobby to then come into the lobby.
I don't think he's going to change.
He's now in a Ferrari.
He's taking the piss.
We need him to come out. Hey, come on. Not on the commentary. Apologies for the language there. We need Swimfins to leave the lobby and come back in. I've got to get going. Keep up the great commentary, Keegs and Matt. See you all tomorrow. Can't wait to watch it all back. Yep. Cheers, Sutty. Thanks for being here tonight. We'll catch you tomorrow, no doubt.
There, he's in the Porsche now.
He's not in the Porsche on my... He's in the Porsche on my screen now, yep. We've got you in the Porsche. Can you just get into the right livery?
Taking it very slow. Yeah, I think everyone else is ready.
Yeah, I think everybody else is ready. I think we're literally just waiting on this. Obviously, that will be running the same colours as Rebby and Don. Just waiting on Swimfins to pick the lot racing for tomorrow, says Master, and then he said bye. Keegs, while this does this, do you want to take us through maybe the first lap on commentary while I just pop to the toilet, buddy?
Yeah, that's fine by me. If he changes livery, it would be great.
Lol, Keegs here, Sutty. Yes, Keegs said Master, and just spoke to him in his chat with Alfie. He is doing it. I think we're just better off getting started, if anything. Time's ticking by with these last two races. I think we may up the touring course to 20 minutes to make up for the 5 minutes lost in the GT4 race. Let's see what happens as we're counting down now. So, yep. Swimfins will be in the red for this one. Obviously having problems with changing livery. Let's quickly get Mazda back in for a view on the last race. I'm just doing it now. Now, Gary, I'm sure it's the final 3 races of 15 minutes. I'm sure it's that. If not, oh well. My bad, and I've got it wrong, and we will do 10 minutes on each. Mr. Pancake says, is there a league for the Xbox? No, not that I'm aware. This is a PS4 league at the moment. I have to message the THR group themselves to get through. So while we're here then for the BTCC Touring Car Chat Porsche Carrera Cup, let's run through the championship then. And in this one, brand new title leader, no Wiggle Wiggle Racing, no Tin Top Tourers Racing, no H&D Motorsport, but Don Productions, teammate with Revy for probably what will be Wiggle Wiggle Racing. Leads by 11 points from Kieran Argent. Green is only 12 points back on 54. Holty in 4th in this one on 44 points. Alfie's 5th on 41. Deeks is 6th on 39. Revy 7th on 37 points. Peaceful Explosions 8th on 32. Dean Wasaki sits 9th on 30. Only 36 points off the leader, so it's quite tight, this league. Big Boy Brazy then in 10th. Little Trev 11th on 20 points. Swimfins on 17. BTC Reed on 12 and TMLS on 5. So I think if we go on board the Don for a lap of qualifying for this one, Keegs. As that is, I do believe, Alfie who span around there in the background.
I think he collected his teammate, maybe?
Maybe it was either his teammate or Rebby, as we've lost Don. Neil in chat says, anyone see the touring car times testing today? Ash Sutton looked very quick. And to answer, Gary, you was on about earlier on the PlayStation, who is Hawkeye? I do believe that's the female driver, Esme Hawkeye, I think her name is, from the Porsches, who is a test driver at Mark Blundell Motorsport this year in the Honda Civic. So we'll see. Daniel Francis, nice to see you watching. You might as well take me out to the table. I ain't coming back, only watching because I wanted this track to be part of it so much. Nice to see you here, Daniel, anyway. Now, hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Whether you want to be part of it or not is another story. It's nice to see you here enjoying it. So on board a lap with Don Productions then as we go down towards turn 1 and through Copse Corner. Nice and easy. Got to be gentle on the throttle. Just be patient as you come round. Look at all the cars off. Alfie's one of them. I think Kieran or Peaceful's another. And that's either Smithy or Welshie as well. So Don getting a bit of a tow down the straight through the Maggots Bend into Beckett's, the right-hander. Not Smithy or Welshie losing the rear. You've got to be patient on the throttle, and Don had to be a bit patient more than normal there. Flat out then through Chapel Curve and down the hanger straight we go, coming towards Stowe. See the car just going into Stowe at the moment. Past the 100-metre board. On the brakes now into 4th. Probably runs a bit wider than he'd have liked. You can hear the other car that's close behind, probably giving away a bit of a slipstream, but oh well. Mazda obviously not joining for this one at the moment. I haven't seen him join. Into Club Corner. Through Abbey Curve and down the straight, the farm straight towards Woodcote. On the brakes they go. Careful around here, someone's clearly clattered the tyre walls as we go through there. Get the power down, and where does it put Don? Only P5 at the moment, as Peaceful is on pole 3/10 ahead of Halty. Greeny in 3rd, 7/10 behind. Rebby's 4th, Don 5th. Deeks or Dean is in 6th. Smithy 7th, Kieran 8th, Alfie 9th at the moment. It's Deeks who runs 6th place. Yeah, I thought so, Daniel. 15 for the Porsche and 20 for the touring car. I did think that. So maybe that's something we can get on as a 20-minute touring car race. As here is Deeks. A bit of a battered front end on the front of that car. Who hasn't set a time yet then? Lil Trev, Swim Fins, Dean Wasocki and Welshie. Swim Fins then. Breaks into the chicane. Tries to brake as late as he can. That's going to probably be a lap time invalid, I reckon.
Yeah, I think he got to slow down now.
Yeah, definitely. That's Halty, you can see there then. Currently on pole, 1.1 ahead of Peaceful Explosion. Here is Dean Wasocki. He's in a battered Porsche as well. Look at the state of that. Peaceful goes into 2nd place, just a 10th off of Halty, so he's improved his time. Don's gone into 3rd, he's 7/10 off the pole lap. Halty looks quick again here. Halty looks really quick at the moment. Welshie, not set a time. Does he set one this time round? Nope, so maybe this is his first timed lap. Dean Wasocki never set one neither. Here is Halty. Lovely, clean, scratch-free car.
I think he turned a bit too early there and had to correct it.
Yeah, he's lost it there. And he's going to have to wait, as that was his teammate coming around the final, the corner, as was Peaceful. So he's, yeah, you can see him still on the grass. So he's just got to wait for a gap. Now is the gap to come back on track. Obviously, hopefully he keeps to one side to stay out of everybody's way on a quick lap. But here comes Deeks currently sat P7, so Dean Wysocki has done a time and has gone P8. So the only times we're waiting for is Swimfins and Welshie. So I've got a 15-minute race here in these Porsches compared to 10 minutes of the rest of the night. And Deeks improves on his time, and it puts him P6 ahead of Rebby. Peaceful Explosion doesn't go any quicker. Holt is letting everybody through with the looks of it. Yeah, I think he's letting all the guys through. The Don can't go any quicker. What can Lil Trev do? Currently sits 4th.
Someone was in the barrier there.
He's gone quicker, and Alfie's gone up to P3, so a heck of a time from Alfie there. Only 6/10 off the leader. Welshie's done a time, it's gone 10th, so he's gone quicker than Dean Wysocki, who's dropped to 11th. Whoa, that's Lil Trev and Alfie off. Yeah, Alfie and Lil Trev. So here is Rebby. Can we have a 5th different winner tonight? Or will it be Holty? Peaceful Explosions take it. Can Kieran get his race win? He only sits 6th. Can Alfie get a race win? He's up there in 3rd at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see. The top 5 separated by 0.8 of a second. Here is Peaceful Explosion. Daniel, it is a fantastic circuit. It reminds me so much of Thruxton. Very quick. Peaceful Explosion up on his time. The 10th that he needs to halt it. Probably needs a couple more hundreds as he goes into the chicane. Can he gain them through this chicane? Will get 1, maybe 2 more laps. Yeah, he looked quick and is quick. Gone 3/10 faster, near enough 4/10 faster. Dean Wysocki looked like he was on the grass a bit there. Deeks still 8th or 9th. Don can't improve. Greeny's in the pit, so that may be Greeny done. Lil Trev, we've seen him have a few incidents in this lap, so he might not improve this time round. Kieran Argent can't improve neither. Alfie, we know, had a bit of a problem this lap as well. There's Rebby, currently sits 7th. Swimfin's still not set a time yet. Greeny back out the pits, so we'll get time for 1 lap.
Not sure if he's trying different setups or something, but
yeah, is he maybe
going in the pits a lot?
Yeah, he's always tended to, Keys. Every week he's tended to pit towards the end of qualifying. Maybe as if he feels he can't give any more. Rebby's slightly up on his time. Here comes Dean Wysocki across the line now. Does he improve from 9th? No. Pole lap from Dean, 18 seconds slower. So it's Deeks down in 10th. Prove on that.
Maybe slow in that lap. He's let Deeks past.
Deeks has also gone a bit slow there. Yeah, potentially. They both will get an extra time in. So that's good to see.
He's 8/10 down this lap.
Yeah, he's going to struggle to get that back through the chicane unless that's where he's lost all his time. Peaceful must have improved somewhere, as the gap between what was the top 8 was 0.8 is now 1.8 seconds. So Peaceful looks like he's found some time from somewhere. What does Kieran do this time round? 1.7 behind his teammate. He can't improve and puts it in the pits, even though he was going to start an extra lap. Is that Deeks in the pits? Greeny's pitted. Smithy's in the pits. Is that Deeks or it's Deeks in the pits? So Dean Wysocki slout on track. Is he up on his time? He's not going to get another lap in. Where's Holty? Can Holty challenge for pole? We'll come back to Dean. Where's Holty on track? Dean actually 9/10 up, so that could be fantastic. Holty's going to cross the line now. Can't improve. So Dean Wysocki comes into the chicane. Round it. A bit of lag there, it seems. Crosses the line. Goes 3rd. What a lap from Dean to take him from 9th up to 3rd. There's only one car crossing the line now, it looks. Don't know who that is. They've crossed the line.
He's on a lap, if I'm right.
Yeah, Alfie still looks like he's on a lap here, so as does Lil Trev. So we'll keep an eye on these two. But at the moment, it's Peaceful on pole. Alfie's got to find a second. Lil Trev's got to find 1.2. Kieran says his lap was discounted, so he must have had a problem, had an invalid lap time. Unfortunately for him, down is 7th. Can Alfie find the second he needs to gain on pole position. He only needs a 10th to get third off of Dean Wasocki.
I think Lil Trev ran wide there.
Yeah, I think you're right, Keegs. Alfie off a second down at the moment. Can he make that up in the chicane? Oh, he's lost it. Anytime he did make up, he won't now. Keeps out of Lil Trev's way, and Lil Trev can't improve. So what could have been for Alfie isn't going to be, but it is going to be pole position for Peaceful Explosion here. So a good lap time for him and another pole position. So it's Peaceful Explosion from Halty. Dean Wasocki with a fantastic last lap for third. Alfie fourth. Don Productions not the best from him. He'd have wanted a bit more. Fifth. Lil Trev sixth. Kieran, he would have wanted more. He's down in seventh place. Rebby eighth. Greeny again, another one that may have wanted more from this. He's down in ninth. Deeks 10th. He won't be happy with that. Welshie 11th on debut. Smithy 12th on debut. Alfie Swinfin's 13th. And Mazda 14th. And obviously not scoring points.
See what this race brings us then.
Hopefully a bit more excitement than the GT4s.
The GT4s are a bit boring, but you know, some few battles we had.
Yeah, definitely. So the revs rise for the BTCC Touring Car Chat Porsche Carrera Cup. It's lights out and away we go, and Halty gets bogged down again, and someone got a good start but tapped one of the wacky-sacky cars into the other one and hit the wall, and it's all carnage on the first corner. Cars off in the background still. I think it was Lil Trev who potentially who's been hit off, but Halty leads from Dean Wasocki. Peaceful Explosion. Rebby up into fourth. Alfie's in fifth, so not the best of starts, but not the worst either. He's only lost the one place. Dean will be on the outside of Peaceful Explosion. Tries to cut him off. Bit naughty from Dean, but Halty's gone wide. Dean will lead here from Peaceful. Rebby's gone to third. Alfie's up fourth. Don fifth. Mazda sixth. Greeny seventh. Kieran's eighth. Smithy, Welshie's now eighth. It's cars wide. Yeah, cars wide in the background. Keegs.
Smithy round.
Dean Wasocki leads here from Peaceful Explosion. Rebby there third, the Don in fourth, Alfie fifth, Mazda sixth, followed by Greeny. There's Welshie in eighth, Kieran ninth, Deeks 10th, Lil Trev 11th as we saw him on the start line get flipped over. Halty down in 12th, so not the start he'd have wanted after he span at turn 2. Swinfin's 13th and Smithy down in 14th and away behind. But Alfie really putting pressure on the Don. What's this going to bring? Peaceful Explosion putting pressure on Dean Wasocki. Dean looks like he's outbraked himself, and he has. He's gone round at the chicane. That's not what he's going to want. Can he rejoin safely? I don't know why he's parked it there.
I think he was waiting for everybody to come past.
Yeah, potentially. Hopefully he's not reset the car. As obviously you're not supposed to be resetting the car. He's down in 11th place. He was facing the right way to just drive off, but was he letting the others through like you say, Keegs? Master up the inside of Alfie there. Nice little move. Yeah, good little lunge, a good little send it from Mazda. But Peaceful leads from Rebby, from Don. What's this going to do for the points at the moment? The Don is going to pull away from Kieran as Peaceful's picked up a time penalty. Kieran running down in 12th place. Mazda's round, lit up the rears. Not sure what happened there. Maybe lit up the rears. Did he get a tap off Alfie? Not quite sure. Yeah, that's Deeks. Lil Trev there then. Mazda rejoins behind Welshie. There's Dean Wasocki in the background. Good little battle here, Welshie and Halty. So back to championship with Don now second as Rebby round wide. That'll really help the Don as Kieran's down in 12th place. For Greeny, he needs to get a few places. He'll gain on Kieran, but he wants to catch the Don. For Peaceful Explosion, this will really bump him up the table.
Yeah, so Alfie's wrong.
Oh, Alfie's round on the start straight. Did he get a tap from Greeny behind? Either way, he tries to spin it round. Yeah, does so easily, so well done there from Alfie. Managed to keep out of trouble.
Yeah, I think he might have clipped one of the curbs.
Oh, is that what happened? Clip the curb. Span it round beautifully though. Got it turned round and facing the right way. Lovely.
Yeah, Very spread out again.
Yeah, very spread out. Peaceful with the time penalty though, so does Deeks. Welsh running in a top 10 here. Yep, I seen the message, Daniel. I'll get to that after the stream, and I'll respond to you after later tonight. Greeny running wide in the background. That's going to be a slowdown penalty. He needs to catch Don. He needs to finish in front of Don to try and score some more points. The Don, though, not looking confident here as Rebby all over the back of him, but being teammates now, you know, they're going to be a bit more cautious and a bit careful, aren't they, with each other?
Yeah, I think Rebby might let Don just slowly pull away just to get out those points.
Yeah, Rebby down in 7th in the title, so not the title race that Rebby would have wanted.
Yeah, I think he'll be pretty happy sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, definitely.
Good points for him and his teammate.
Yeah, 100%. So then, Don and Peaceful pulling away from Greeny behind. It looks like as Greeny had another mistake, but Peaceful... sorry, Don and Rebby pulling away. Peaceful Explosion is pulling away out front. So not what he wants.
Down, they might be able to use each other and try and catch up.
Yeah, that's it. Into just the 10-minute mark now of the race left. And we're already about to lap Swimfins with the looks of it. Is that somebody in the pit lane? Who's that in the pits? We've lost a runner. There is a car sat in the pits. Yeah, we've lost Smithy, I think. Hopefully the chat can clarify that. I do believe we've lost Smithy from this one, unfortunately. Rebby up the inside of Don, though, so maybe not helping his teammate out. Maybe Rebby feels he's the quicker driver and wants to get through. Is it me, or has Kieran changed the time of day? Because the weather looks a bit different.
Yeah, it looks quite early in the morning.
Yeah, either early in the morning or later at night, doesn't it? I think Kieran may have just tampered with the weather settings here.
Oh, they feed each other.
Oh, Don, he's round. That's not what he wants. Greeny's past him, so is Deeks. Here comes Little Trev. He's round at the chicane as well, so Holty gets 6th. It's definitely getting darker. I don't know what Kieran's done to the settings, but the time of day is getting darker. We may be in a night race here.
Maybe kind of clipped on coming into the chicane there and ended up putting him round.
Yeah. So the teammates touching. And the Don now in a little sandwich of Greeny and Holty. And that's Greeny off. The Don's slowed down a bit. Deeks on the back of Rebby. Holty's now past Greeny. So it was Deeks, Greeny and Don. And Greeny's come out the worst, so that. There's Don in the background. There's Holty in the background. That was, I do believe, Swimfins who's been lapped.
It seems like a sunset here. Not sure what Kieran's done with the...
Yeah, the sun does seem to be setting. I wonder if he's turned the time progression on and the time's going to progress a bit quicker. We may be finishing this Porsche race in the dark. Oh, strap in for what could be a look at the lights. It's really getting dark here. We may be in a night race. Kieran's added a new feature to this now.
He's had enough of the boring old normal sunny day. He's changing it up.
Definitely, the tyre temps are going to play a factor. Don on the back of Holt, it looks on the timing screens. There they are. Lights are on them Porsches. Another battle between Greeny, Dean Wisocki and Lil Trev a bit further back as well. That's for 7th place. There is that battle. There's Greeny defending from Dean Wisocki, who doesn't have the lights on and looks to send one up the inside. No, can't this time around. And runs a bit wide. That's Mazda just in front of this little group. Gary in the chat, Keek, says that you wouldn't know what a sunny day is. And there goes, who's that? That was Deeks, I think, who's lost it trying to pass. No, it was Holty who's lost it trying to pass the Don. Mazda up to 5th now. Holty, does he lose out to Dean Wisocki? He does. So Dean's got rid of Greeny. He's dispatched Greeny. We've lost another driver from the session. We've actually lost Greeny.
Yes, we have.
So hopefully we can get Greeny back. But Dean Wisocki He's not got his lights on.
I don't know if I'm right. I don't think he has a button for his lights.
Either that or his lights might be broke with the damage he's got to the front of that car, but either way he's got to defend from the bright lights of Holty, and Holty sends one up the inside. Dean gives him plenty of room. We know he's come under a bit of criticism for his late defending, but he defends well there. And Holty can't get he can't get the move done, could it? Peaceful 6.9 out in front. A car sounded slow going into this chicane. Have we? No, Deeks and Rebby still going, as is Peaceful. Oh, Deeks getting it all sideways there. We're in a night race at Silverstone Classic in the Porsches. Fantastic here. Well, she's not got his lights on. Neither does Alfie. Lil Trev, Deeks and Peaceful Explosion, the only people with penalties so far. May have to get Rebby in for an interview because we've had Peaceful in. Deeks obviously third. If Deeks can get past Rebby, we'll get Deeks in, obviously. Whoever finishes second in this, we'll get him for an interview. But Holty running behind Dean Wasocket. You can only just make out where Dean's car is. But
this is a nice wee twist, you know.
This is it has been a bit of a twist. There's the Don behind Holty. Kieran's up to 8th after all this madness. Dean runs wide. Holty's round. He's binned it on his own. So Don will get 6th. Can Kieran get 7th? Holty's gone that far off. I think Kieran may get him. Yeah, has Holty come back on yet? I think he has. There's little Team Wakisaki running with no lights tonight, it seems, but they might not be working.
Not the cleanest cars.
No. Holty now down in 9th after he's lost it on his own. Dean will inherit 4th. Obviously, Master Times won't count. Deeks doesn't have his lights on. Is he trying the sneaky approach on Rebbit? Trying to pop up from the back and go peekaboo?
One light working. I think the front left isn't having a nice time.
Peaceful Explosion's just gone here, though. 8.5 seconds up the road. He's just gone.
Yeah, he's pulling him.
That time penalty he's got won't matter, will it?
No, I don't think with a 9-second gap here.
I think Deeks is going to want Rebby to make a mistake so that he can get well in front with his time penalty as well. Obviously, I wouldn't imagine this would matter further back to Dean, who's 20 seconds, about 11 seconds behind Deeks.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Peaceful went down to lost half a second there and he's gained it back again.
Oh, and here goes Deeks. Is he going to send one up the inside? He thinks about it. He does it. He looks and looks and looks. Loses the rear slightly. Might have just touched the curb.
Yeah, the Porsches at high speeds, they're not very fun when you touch the curbs.
No, definitely not. Monkey Boy in chat says his Peaceful had a Red Bull. He has indeed, Monkey Boy. He's gone here. 9.9 seconds he leads by. Holty has caught up to the back of Lil Trev. This the battle for 6th place, what will effectively be 5th.
We've seen these black, yellow and red cars quite a lot.
Hasn't the night time made it interesting? The tyre temperatures are going to be down and everything. It's made it an interesting factor here. So well done to Kieran. Dean Wasaki though. Deeks has passed Rebby and has got 7. In fact, Mazda's passed Rebby. So what's happened to Rebby? He's there, just in front of Dean Wasaki by 1 second. So he's had a moment somewhere. That may give Deeks the chance to get 2nd place. Obviously, Rebby's still on the podium as Mazda's results don't count. But nonetheless, Dean Wasaki could be looking at another podium tonight. If he can find a way past Rebby. There's Lil Trev, the no lights on that Wakisaki car. Holty has passed him. Penalty for Lil Trev as well tonight. He's well in front of Kieran though, so that shouldn't do much to him. Dean and Rebby getting closer.
I think Dean ran wide there.
He looked it on the exit to the corner. 1.4 behind Rebby. He seemed a bit closer than that a minute ago. So I wonder if he has lost time. Can he gain any on Rebby? Will Rebby make another mistake? That's the question. There's Don in the background. He's going to want to gain on Dean Wasaki to try and pull away from Kieran a bit more in terms of the championship. The car sounds like it's off. I think we've lapped swim. Yeah, I think we may have lapped swim fins there. I'm not quite sure though. Yeah, I think we have. Dean's pulled the gap back to under a second to Rebby. And I tell you what, I think the sun's rising here, so I don't know what settings Kieran has on, but the sun's gone down and it's now rising. We've been through the night. It's like a very fast Le Mans 24-hour in these Porsches. What an absolute cracking race we're having, though. It's fun to see as the sun's coming up, and is the sun coming up just in time for Peaceful to win the race. Something Kieran needs to go back in and have a look at on the settings. 49 seconds left, so Peaceful Explosion may get another lap in as he only has the chicane to do. Will there be time to get another lap in? Dean looks like he's dropped back a bit on Rebby, so maybe a mistake made. Peaceful round the chicane nicely there. Daniel in the chat says that Deeks wouldn't want Rebby to make a mistake, says he was using his lights. Oh, who's that gone round? That's Holty who's made another mistake, and Little Trev will gain 7th place. Now then, on the final lap, Peaceful Explosion. Yeah, Kieran has passed him, so that's an extra position for him. The Don has passed Dean, so what's happened to Dean? Dean Wysoki's picked himself up a time penalty, so must have gone wide. He's in the pit lane! Oh, it's gone terribly wrong for Dean Wysoki here! Lil Trev's even passed him, so what was going so well has turned out to be an absolute nightmare as the sun starts to rise. Peaceful Explosion there then, coming down what will be towards Abbey. Here he goes, he's coming down towards Abbey now. Look at the sun rising on what has been a fantastic victory for this man. Deeks has made a mistake somewhere as well as he's dropped down to 4th. Mazda up to 2nd, obviously that won't count. Deeks will still get the podium. Peaceful's flashing already. Down to penalties between Rebby and Deeks then. And it's a win for Peaceful Explosion in the day-night morning race. Rebby and Deeks, what's happening there? Can we jump on board that one? Yep, here we go. Deeks 2.2 seconds behind Rebby. Depending on penalties, who will get it? This is for 2nd place. Well done for Mazda coming home in 2nd on track, but this is for 2nd in the points. Rebby crosses the line and Deeks has too many penalties, so Deeks will get the 3rd, Rebby will get 2nd. The Don will come home. Oh, Lil Trev's done the same as what his teammate did last lap. Where's Kieran? There's Kieran. Oh, Lil Trev, Kieran's round as well. So where's Dean Wysoki?
Dean's gone.
Oh, Dean's already passed. So Dean has actually got 4... No, Deeks gets 4th. Don's got 5th, which will be 4th on the points. Dean was... Lil Trev gets 6th. So that's 5th in points. 6th for Dean Wysoki in points. Kieran gets 8th. 7th in points, so not the race he'd have wanted. Holty 8th in points. Alfie will get 9th in the point standings. Welshie will get 11th. Swimfins will... Welshie will get 10th. Swimfins will get an 11th. And then a non-finish for Greeny and Smithy. There's Welshie coming through the final chicane now.
Some of the cars not looking the greatest.
Boom, says Peter. Do you want to get Rebby in for an interview, bud? Boom, says Peaceful Explosion. That was fun, lol. Kieran is going to look at the settings. He didn't change anything intentionally, but made for a good race. Well done, Peaceful, says Neil, and a great recovery from the Don. Fastest lap of the race. A 1:25.3 from Peaceful. That looks to have done it. Oh, Kieran's pressed through before I could check properly. So, fastest lap, I did believe, was Peaceful Explosion, yeah. You can just see on the stream. So, a clean sweep for Peaceful again. We'll get Rebby in for a quick interview.
I have invited him.
Hopefully he can come in then and take the interview. I tell you what I did. I read the wrong championship standings out in that race. I read the touring car standings out in that one. Deeks actually led the way in the Porsche Carrera Cup. I read the Touring Car Championship out, not the Porsches one. Oh well. I'll give you a quick run through now while we wait for Rebby. If we can't get Rebby, and we'll try Deeks. And see what happens.
Well, I'll go give Deeks an invite as well then.
Yeah, give Deeks an invite as well, and we'll see who joins. Deeks does lead the way from Rebby in that. Don drops to 3rd. Greeny 4th. Kieran 5th. Holty 6th. Peaceful Explosion 7th. That'll help his championship out indeed. So read the wrong standings out there. Oh well. Never mind. As we go into
mistakes,
the...
don't you?
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes. That's it, buddy. So we're halfway through every round, apart from the main event, the 20-minute race in the touring cars. Deeks, good evening.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, that was a difficult race.
Fantastic battle with Rebby there for what was effectively second.
And I had no headlights. No headlights.
No headlights. Day-night conditions. Brilliant.
I know. I had to let him back through at one point because I couldn't see where I was going. I needed to follow. I needed some tail lights to follow.
Absolutely brilliant. Good racing though.
Yeah. I've not had a great night so far, to be fair, but I feel really tired. I've had a 12-hour shift at work, so.
Oh, bless you. Going into the last one. Are we looking forward to it?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I've not done any practice on this track since we raced it last season, so I'm just about getting into it now. So hopefully we'll.
And the night on a high.
Yeah. I was really peeved for the Clio race when I just cut a corner and took a massive slowdown and just should have took it, but anyway.
These things happen and that's what's frustrating. But best luck for the rest of the night, though, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Evening to Craig Leach. See you tomorrow, buddy, on the track, aka Little Leach. Michael Matthews. Neil J said, see you tomorrow, Craig. Ariel. Everyone doing bits. Not 20 minutes, he says. I think the front wheel drive car will be fine as we can wait. Let's wait for Deeks to make sure he's in the right car. Now look at this one. Smithy and Welshie picking the BMW. Now this is the only car where Don and Rebby don't actually team up together. Every car but this one. Don runs the Astra, Rebby runs the BMW. Alfie and Swimfin's in the BMW. They normally run the Astra, so we need them to change back. Deeks in the BMW. He's now in the Mercedes. I don't know if Dean's going to join him in the Mercedes, but we need Deeks to change livery, as that's the livery that Holty runs. Daniel Francis said he would actually like to race in this one, which is TMLS.
Alfie's in the Astra.
Alfie's gone to the Astra, so we just wait on Swimfins to jump in the Astra. I don't know if anybody can send TMLS an invite, as I can't seem to find him. Swimfin's in the Astra. Is Dean? We need Deeks to just change. Deeks is in the right livery. Lil Trev's in the grey livery. Is Dean going to join him in the Mercedes? Not sure on that for the new team.
Swimfin's is in the Astra.
Everybody seems fine. We seem ready to go. So the interesting thing to notice here, obviously ignoring Mazda. Rebby, BMW runner consistently. The two new runners in the league, Welshie and Smithy, in the BMW. That's a smart move.
Yep.
A very smart move. So we're going to be going for the final time tonight. Holty said nightmare race, forgot to save replay. Our unlucky buddy. Unfortunately, we couldn't quite get you in for an interview. Do you want to try and invite Mazda back? We'll try and get a quick word with him on that day-night Porsche race.
I'd love to do that tomorrow.
That was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it?
It looked great.
It looked brilliant. Maybe in the juniors where the tyre temperatures doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Dean saying sorry, not quite sure what for there. Mazda.
Hello.
Day-night Porsche races.
That was.
That was new. That was new.
That was, yeah. It was very fun actually.
Yeah. Enjoy that one.
Yeah. I really did, but I felt sorry for the guy with no headlights, obviously.
You managed to get yourself up into a second place tonight. Obviously, your highest finish of the night, even though you're not scoring points. Porsche handled well for you?
Yeah, it weren't bad, you know. It's typical, you break into a corner and back end just likes to overtake you if you can't control it.
What was it like in the dark? Was the tyre temperature starting to get a bit cold?
It was actually, and my lap time started to fall, obviously, because of the tyres, but
yeah.
You know, hopefully, when it started to get lighter, that's when the tyres, you know, gradually started to come back.
To come back to you. Yeah, definitely.
But I would say that's actually a good thing to do. I would recommend the day-night race.
Maybe that's something the THR boys can look to going forward then. And we'll see what happens from here on in. What's your thoughts going into this touring car race? Obviously a bit of practice for you in the BMW looking to tomorrow night. Smithy and Welshie, new to the league, choosing the BMW. The right way to go, yes, do you think, or?
It's personal choice, isn't it? But for this track, I would definitely go BMW all the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like you say, it's personal. You know, the Astra's good for the brakes, the Beaver's good for the straight. You know, you've got, I don't know, it's just their choice.
Yeah, definitely. Do you want to talk us through a lap, or do you or Keegs want to talk us through a lap on Little Trev?
Nah, I'll give it a pass.
Keegs, you want to have a go?
Don't mind, I don't know much of the corner names, but I can try.
We don't need corner names, just talk us through the lap with Little Trev.
Will we go through next lap, or...?
Yeah, we'll wait till the next lap, as this will be people's first time lap. We'll jump on board him next lap, or we'll pick someone else. That is one of the first cars on front. What we'll do then, Keegs, is if we go through each driver to see what car they're running, obviously with the multi-class of the touring car. So we've got Deeks in the Mercedes with Holtit. Swimfin's in the Astra, so Alfie will be in the same colours as well. We've got Greeny, Bree TC Reed, his teammate, not here tonight, but he's running the Astra. Dean Wasaki in the Astra. Little Trev doesn't have the expansion pack, so he's running the Mercedes. Maybe something that Dean Wasaki can change to. Don running the Astra. His teammate Rebby choosing to run BMW because they've got formed together mid-season. They can keep the same car. I think it was allowed as Rebby leans on Peaceful Explosion or Kieran. They're both there. Yeah, they're both there in the Astra. Mainly an Astra field. Welshie and Smithy are going to be in the BMW. Kieran, as we know, in the Astra. A lot of Astras in this field. Lil Trev in the Mercedes, obviously. A lot of Astras in this field then, boys.
Yeah, well, it's good for the brakes, isn't it? Stable.
Yeah, what do you like the Astra? Is it a good car to race around here?
Personally, me, I say the Astra.
Yeah.
Because I drove the BMW around this track, and I drove it for you for last week, and I was actually slower each lap. So that allowed Keys, I think, to catch me up a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, me myself, I'm just used to the BMW now after using it for most of the season.
Yeah, I'm going to say a lot of BMWs in Group A compared to this. I think there's only 6 front-wheel drive cars on the grid in Group A, whereas in this there's only 3 rear-wheel drive cars, the Megane obviously being banned. We've not seen the best from the BMW, as Rebby currently sits 7th in the championship. So obviously the front-wheel drive cars are doing their bits. We're going to see 2 other BMWs come into this with Welshie and Smithy.
Well, if they can control them and drive them, they could actually be up there.
Well, we see at the minute Alfie on pole, 2 seconds ahead of Deeks. Lil Trev third, Welshie fourth in that BMW, 4 seconds off the pace. Smithy fifth, 5 seconds off the pace. Rebby not actually done a time yet. So we've got to see what happens here as the clock counts down to 5 minutes left of qualifying. A few drivers just about to finish a lap time. Lil Trev, Alfie, let's see the Holty or Deeks. Does Lil Trev improve? He does, but can't beat Alfie's time. Holty goes 1.2 seconds quicker. Alfie can't gain any more time there then. So let's go on board one of the BMWs. Welshie, Smithy or Rebby.
I don't mind if someone wants to give me a name.
Let's have a look at Rebby. Where's he on track? He's not set the time. Where is it?
Oh no, there he is.
He's still not set a time, in fact. That's Dean Wasocki, who's 11th. Is that Deeks who's 11th? One's 9th, one's 11th. It's Dean's 11th. So let's stay on board this lap with Rebby. And let's just see the difference in the BMW to the Astra.
Yeah, we really see it on this straight here, you can see.
Look at this. I mean, I think Peaceful there is actually pulled out to let him pass. I think he must be on a poor lap.
Yeah, I think Peaceful got slowed down from the last corner.
And is this what you mean, Adam? But look at the Astra. It keeps up with it, Adam, in the slipstream.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to keep up with the Beamers if you're in the slipstream. That is probably the only way. But then again, on the braking, Astra could outdo the Beamer, so, you know what I mean? It's hard.
Dean Wasocki's racing with his lights on, but didn't in the Porsche race. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Dean.
He's probably making sure that you don't get changed again during qualifying.
Good point. Smithy in the pits, currently P7 on qualifying at the minute. Welshie down in 10th. Holty goes quicker with a 1 minute 33.8. What does Rebby do this time round? It looks a good lap. He's not dropped Kieran though. Kieran has stayed with him and Dean's not been far behind in that slipstream. Rebby goes, no time set still. Dean Wasocki has gone 8th. Deeks up into 4th. Greeny's gone to 3rd and he sits in the pits. Welshie running 11th. So the BMW Rebby can't seem to get a lap in at the moment. And it's Holty again by 900ths of a second from Peaceful Explosion, who is leading the way on pole position. Where's Holty in the championship? Runs 4th at the minute. So the fact he's in front of Greeny and Don and Kieran is a bonus. Don running 5th, Greeny 3rd, and Kieran 6th. So can Deeks in 4th help his teammate Holty out? Here is Don, a maximum delivery. Lovely colours. Lovely colours. Smithy the only one still in the pits. Can he come out for a lap? Many were saying that round like Brands Indy and Silverstone, the front left of the Astra Mazda was overheating.
Yes.
Did you, when you raced this last week with Dean Wasocki, did you find it was overheating a lot, or was the tyre quite all right?
I think the tyre cooled down after, on the straights, so you was all right. And during the corners, it did actually get quite warm.
What about here?
Here, I don't think you even touched peak temperature really.
So it seems to be a decent option in terms of the tyres not going off.
Yeah, because it's a long straight, so just going to keep them cool. And hopefully you can keep them in that temperature where you can push every lap and
see what happens.
Give the Beamers a good run.
Yeah, definitely is. Don has gone quicker, but it's only a 10th off of Holty. No improvement for Holty or Peaceful Explosion that time round. Deeks is down to 6th, so a bit further back. Don's in the pit, so no improvement from him. Smithy's in the pit. Swinfin's the only person not set time. Rebby, his best time in that BMW is 15 seconds slower. The 3 BMWs currently sit 10th, 11th and 12th. Obviously 2 of the guys new to the league and new to the season, new to the car. But I kind of thought we'd have expected a bit more from Rebby in the BMW, but not the case. Maybe he needs to try his hand in the Astra with Don. Can he set a better last lap? He's only a 10th up on his time in the first sector. So let's see. Where's Holty on track and where's Peaceful Explosion on track? Let's have a look at that one. Holty's going to be the first one to finish. So let's stay on board Holty. Can he improve his time any? to pull away from Peaceful. Who are you tipping for the race win, Mazda?
I want to say Holty. I don't know, because Holty and Peaceful are, the top 3 are quite close.
They are. Holty will get another lap in. Where's Peaceful Explosion?
But then again, the starts are, starts are always enjoyable to see.
They are indeed. Can Peaceful gain that 9/10? He does! And takes pole position by 0.6 of a second. He will get another lap in as well to keep the pressure on Holty. Don 3rd in the pits. Greeny's 4th in the pits. Kieran made a mistake. He may not. He's not going to improve from that. Dean Wasocki will get 8th. Rebby only got 9th. So he's only beat a Mercedes.
Lap from Peaceful. That is really a good time for that flat car around this track.
It is indeed. We say Rebby only got 9th. Lil Trev is still on a time. As is Peaceful and Holty. Who's that just in front of Peaceful there? Was that Holty or was that Deeks?
That was Holty.
Holty in front of Peaceful on track. No, it's not. It was Deeks. So is Deeks going to try and slow Peaceful down so we can't improve any? Is it going to be the team game coming into play here? Peaceful for the win, says Monkey Boy. Don for the win, says Gary. Ariel's just praying. Daniel Francis says Greeny for the win.
I'm going to shoot off and get ready.
Best of luck, mate. We'll speak to you later or something. Peaceful's wide, so his lap is done. So where's Holty? Can he nick pole? 0.6 of a second he needs to find. What's it going to be? No! Can't do it. Stays second. Who are we waiting to cross the line? Is it just Little Trev?
No, nobody.
Nobody now. As that's that done. But for Peaceful Explosion, it's another pole position tonight. He's been on fire with Holty in terms of qualifying. Holty second, the Don in third, championship leader. He's going to want to get a good start and get away cleanly. Greeny fourth, he's a challenger as well. He's been up there. So let's see what happens there. Kieran 5th, Deek 6th, Alfie 7th, Dean Wasocki 8th, Lil Trev 9th. He did out-qualify Rebby, so the BMW's 10th, 11th and 12th. Mazda obviously 13th. We've lost Swimfins from this race.
No, he didn't put in the time.
Yeah, but he'd still show up on the bottom like Mazda.
Oh,
So,
right, okay.
so if he's not there, I think we've lost him. So for the Don, he's going to want to get away cleanly. He only leads 11 points by Kieran and 12 to Greeny. Swimfins is actually on the grid. He is 14th on the grid, so actually, I don't know why he wasn't listed on that. But it's lights out, and away we go. And look at the start from the BMWs. Rebby forces his way to the front of the pack, but will be on the outside of Holty. A bit of a bump in the background. Then to Kieran, and Rebby's hit Holty. Oh, it's carnage at turn 1. Welsh is up to third.
Rebby was lagging a lot there.
Yeah, Rebby was lagging. And there's still a car. Little Trev flying around the background there. Absolute chaos going into turn 1. Laggy from Rebby.
Yeah, I seen him off the start. He was starting to go through people. I was getting confused.
Peaceful leads from Deeks. Welsh is up to third in the BMW. Let's see what he can do. Could be a podium for him tonight. Kieran runs 4th at the moment. Don 5th. Mazda 6th. That's Dean Wasocki 7th. Alfie 8th. Rebby 9th. Swimfins 10th. Holty 11th. Again, not the start he wanted. Greeny down in 12th. A poor start from him. Again, it probably caught up in the mayhem. Smithy 13th. And Lil Trev we saw flipping in 14th. Rebby lagging, and that's probably caused an incident, but I'll tell you what, these two are away, and Peaceful may have that advantage on Deeks. We've seen him in the Porsche's Keegs. He got his head down and he went. Can Welshie keep Kieran behind him? He's got 7/10. He's in the BMW. Let's see what happens. Look at the front of Don's car. Oh, hello. Welshie may have had a slowdown, but Don absolutely sent it there. That's Dean Wasocki, you can see just behind. So he's up to 7th, what is technically 6th without Mazda. The Don has passed Mazda. Welshie in the BMW. Can he try and follow Mazda's line? That might not be too bad. Mazda in the BMW, obviously a Group A driver. That is Kieran, who's had a problem. The Don now runs 3rd. Welshie's back past Kieran. Is Dean going to have a look? Late on the brakes is Dean, and off he goes. I think Dean was a bit too optimistic there, and he's going to lose out places. He's lost out to Alfie. Welshie's also off. He's dropping down the order.
Yeah, Dean, he really likes to brake very late there, but I think he needs to, when he's in a big pack, he needs to maybe brake a bit earlier.
Yeah, he definitely needs to brake. I don't think he tapped Welshie there, but
I don't know if he did or not, but like, he's just...
Dean just sent it, and he's just too quick into the corner. And that's really his own doing. Deeks has picked up a time penalty, and it's already 3 seconds off the back of Peaceful Explosion. The Don, 4 seconds behind Deeks. You've got Mazda on the back of the Don. Is Mazda just looking to get away through, so he's not trying to fight with Don too much. In fact, he has passed him. Now then, let's see, can the BMW really start to pull away, or can the Astra keep with the BMW in the slipstream? Kieran and Don battling it out for what is technically the final podium place here. Alfie runs 6th, Holt is in 7th, Rebby's 8th, Dean Wasoki's down to 9th, Greeny 10th, Lil Trev 11th, and then we've got Welshie down in 12th after such a good start. Swinfin's 13th, and Smithy has just passed Swinfin's for 13th, picked himself up a time penalty. Learning though for Smithy and Welshie tonight. They've had some good starts of Welshie and Smithy, and they're just learning each race they do. Up the Latic, says Gary. Cracking 1-0 win over the QPR tonight. That'll help us out, considering Wigan Athletic lost 12 points, is dropping into administration. But we're not on about the football, we're on about the racing. That's where it's at the moment. Unless it's the cricket tomorrow, Gary. We may talk about that. But it's Don just ahead of Kieran, half a second in it. Mazda slowly starting to creep away here. There's Alfie under pressure from behind by Holty, who we didn't quite see what happened at the stop, but we saw Rebby sort of lag, and these two kicked off Keeks. What was carnage, and a great move up the inside from Holty on Alfie. Can he keep it there up the inside onto the Abbey curve? I think Holty's just that bit too far in front in ears.
Yeah, I think off the start Rebby was lagging. He seemed to get a really good start, but from the way I was looking at it, he was driving through people.
Yeah, he was on my screen as well.
No clue on what was going on.
No, bit of lag for Rebby, unfortunately, and Alfie all on the back of Holty, just through the slipstream, and maybe a bit of better braking as well.
Oh, he's come across.
Oh, they've tapped each other a bit there. I think Holty did come across on him, like you say. That will allow Rebby and Dean Wasoki in the background to slightly catch up a bit. Holty's touched the curb and took it to 2 wheels, and Alfie back through it easy as you like. Yeah, just watching that back on the stream. Alfie had his nose up the outside of Holty, and Holty did squeeze him to the grass a bit. It was a bit naughty. Either way, Peaceful, 2.7 seconds up the road from Deeks, who's got Mazda 2 seconds behind him. He's got the Don 2 seconds behind him. Kieran slowly dropped off the back of the Don. Then it's this battle for 6th place, for 6th place at the moment between Holty and Alfie. Alfie 6th, Holty 7th. Rebby, you saw there in the background, the leader of the BMWs in 8th. Dean Wasoki runs 9th. Greeny 10th. Lil Trev on the back of Greeny, with the looks of it. For 11th, as Holty runs very wide. That'll be a slowdown. Yeah, there's Greeny, and there's Lil Trev on the back of each other. Lil Trev runs wide. He's actually picked up a time penalty. Does Greeny have the run? There's Welshie in the background. Does Greeny look to make the move? Nope, can't get it done there. But Lil Trev touches the grass again. He's going to have to go the long way round. Oh, in fact, Lil Trev must have a slowdown, because that was way too easy for Greeny. Back to the battle between Holty and Alfie. Rebby just 3 seconds back from Holty, wanting to get on the back of this pack. There's 13 minutes remaining here, plenty of time for more to happen. Don't forget to join Dean Wasocki tomorrow night live 8 o'clock on the YouTube channel for what's going to be a cracking night of Group A action. As Holty looking around the outside, does he try and cut back at turn 2? Thinks about it, looks it. Yeah, he has got a good run. They look side by side. There's Kieran at the bottom of your screen. You'll see Rebby appear. There's Rebby. They're side by side. Alfie comes over and taps Holty. He's there, Alfie. Make sure you give him plenty of room, and they do respect each other. Well done. Good racing. Alfie, though, looks to tuck up the inside on the exit to the corner and does. Great move from him. While all this is going on, Rebby is half a second closer, and there's Dean Wasocki in the background. May get interested as well. Cracking little battle this is, Keeks, as Mazda has passed Deeks, and Don is only about 1.5 seconds behind Deeks now. With Deeks' time penalty, that could give Don second place effectively, because obviously Mazda, he doesn't count here. Monkey Boy, we'll see you tomorrow for some good racing. Keeks' teammate Gary and Neil still here, so hope you're enjoying this as Holty on the back of Alfie. Alfie looks to defend and does so. Where does Holty look to make the move? Is he going to send one up the inside? Rebby ever getting closer? No, Holty's not going to do it there this time round. Going to play it smart. Does he try and cut back through? He can't do it because Alfie plants the car there. Great driving from these two. He's going to look around the outside of the left-hander, but Alfie's come across. He's defended that really well. So he's got the inside line for this corner, but this is where Holty got the switchback done earlier, and he's got it done again. What a run from Holty. Fantastic little scrap. This is on track. Holty has got a time penalty, but if he can get away from Alfie, he might be able to break that time penalty. He's in front now. Alfie in the slipstream, tucks in behind. This is where Alfie got the move back done last lap. Can he do it again? Holty's looked like he's ran a little wide there. And no, he can't get it done. So Alfie a bit too far back this time round. Gary says great racing this between Holty and Alfie. It is fantastic stuff at the moment. Further back you can see Rebby getting closer to this pack. Alfie will be aware that Holty has a time penalty. He looks to cut up the inside but can't get it done. Oh, we've lost little Trev, and Holty's lost the rear. Alfie's lost the rear. We've lost little Trev from this race. And Alfie's lost the rear of the car there, trying to follow Holty round. That's unfortunate there then. Swimfins has just been lapped. Mazda catching Peaceful. Obviously Peaceful, he may as well not defend from Mazda, knowing that Mazda isn't part of this race. If Mazda gets close enough, he may as well just let him through, sort of thing, anti-Keegs.
Yeah, if I was in that situation, I would just let him through and stick in the slipstream and try and keep with him.
Daniel Francis impressed by Alfie there. Shame that happened. It was a great battle, and that's allowed Rebby through and Dean Wasocki through. Hopefully we'll see if Alfie can get on the back of Dean Wasocki. Dean Wasocki does have a time penalty. Peaceful just taking a bit too much curb there compared to Mazda. If I was Peaceful, yeah, and he has done, he's pulled out the side. Yeah. Oh, and that's Deeks has gone into the back of Swimfins. And that's allowed Don up into second. What will be net second, effectively.
Peaceful heard me there, and he's with it.
Yeah, I think he was wise to let Mazda go. His race isn't with Mazda. If he can keep up with him, fair dues, but his race isn't with Mazda. Deeks has repassed Don. Don has now repassed Deeks. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there. That's also Kieran who's passed Deeks. So not sure if that was Swimfins' fault or if Deeks was trying to be too optimistic. We didn't quite see it, we just saw it in the background. But Deeks now runs 5th. His teammate Holty 6th. Alfie has dropped off the back of Dean Wasocki slightly, so maybe just trying to push too hard. We don't know the penalty that Dean has got though, don't forget. Deeks takes a bit too much curb there at turn 1. Kieran up into a net 3rd position, 4th on track. I tell you what, Keegs, credit to Peaceful, he's kept within a second of Mazda here with 8 minutes left. Yeah, Mazda's not dropped him, so credit to Peaceful Explosion. What battles do we have on track though at the moment? Any we see going on? Alfie and Dean looks the closest. Although Alfie looks like he's had us. Yeah.
What happened?
Not quite sure. Greeny's going to be on the back of him. Yeah, Mazda is too fast. Daniel, he races in Group A. He's just coming in as a filler tonight. No points scored for Mazda. Alfie though, Dean's ran onto the grass. That'll be a slowdown. If he doesn't take it, it'll be another penalty added. This can be Dean's problem sometimes. His penalties can just add up too many.
Yeah.
He can receive too many penalties and it really ruins his evening. But Greeny trying to catch Alfie. Alfie trying to catch Dean or stay with Dean as the time. He'll be able to see what the time penalty is. The Don and Kieran within a second of each other for what is net second place. Holty catching to the back of his teammate.
Oh, Greeny really late on the brakes there. Let me skip the second part of the chicane.
Maybe a slowdown for Greeny there as well. Fastest car last time around, taking Mazda out of the equation, was, I think, yep, was Peaceful Explosion. Gary is telling Dean to stop overdriving, and I think this can be Dean's problem, Gary. He just tends to overdrive the car and accumulate too many penalties. Last time round, Kieran just ever so slightly quicker than the Don, and that gap is within a second. But so's this one. It's 0.4 of a second as we cut to Kieran. This one's a bit further back. Let's go back on board with Alfie. Within 0.3 of Dean, and he'll have the slipstream coming down the straight. Does he think of sending it? I wouldn't. He looks too far back. That's better from Dean. Round the corner a bit better there. Alfie has to tuck back into the slipstream as Dean got the better run through the corner. This is all for 8th place on track, 7th place in the points. Alfie going to go up the inside of Dean here. Dean gives him plenty of room. Cracking racing this is. We've seen a good race between Alfie and Holty before Alfie lost it, and we've seen a cracking race between Alfie and Dean. Now, does Alfie think about doing it at the chicane? No, that's probably wise. He did close the gap, though. Probably wise to not do it through there. That could have ended a bit badly for both of them. Alfie, though, a lot quicker than Dean. 5 tenths quicker than Dean on that last lap. Kieran over a second quicker than Don on that last lap. That gap's down to a couple of tenths. There it is. This is for what will be second place. The Mermaid versus Kieran. We'll keep an eye on the timing screens to see if Dean and Alfie and Greeny. Alfie has just passed Dean Wysocki. We didn't see that on track, and Kieran looks up the inside of Don. Taps the rear of the car so the Don knows he's there. Can't get the move done though. We have seen Alfie on the timing screen past Dean, and another battle behind teammates Holty and Deeks. Holty has passed Deeks, so has Deeks let him through. Don runs wide. That may be a slowdown there for him. Daniel says Holty times are good. They are indeed. In fact, he was the quickest man on track last time round. Oh, Peaceful's just on a 1:33.1, so a fantastic lap. Yep, the Don with a slowdown. Kieran into what is now a net second place.
Peaceful's just pulling and pulling that gap. He's making it bigger every lap.
He is indeed. And to be fair, he's only 1.2 behind Mazda. He's not having a bad race, that Astra, compared to the BMW. Yeah, has Mazda must have had a slowdown or something. Yeah, must have had a slowdown. He looks alright now. Greeny now on the back of Dean Wysocki. Alfie's got past and is away. Dean Wysocki now has Greeny all over the back of him. Greeny's just picked himself up a time penalty. Dean will notice that on the screen.
Something's happened to Deeks as well. He's dropped behind Rebby.
Yeah, he has. Good, well spotted there, Keegs. In fact, something has happened to Deeks, because on camera he's there just ahead of Alfie. So maybe a problem for Deeks. So can the Don's just picked up a time penalty? Can Dean Wysocki capitalise on Deeks maybe making 1 or 2 problems here. All these drivers look like they've got time penalties at the moment. Gary, front left bumpers need fixing and an upgrade to the Astra. Dean Wasoki's gone wide again, and he's not going to slow down because he's not going to want to give up this battle, which is going to be another time penalty. And this is his problem. And Greeny's lost it! Well held from Greeny there. That was fantastically held. Lost it, took too much curve there, Keegs, and went round, but managed to catch the slide. Master back in front of Peaceful. Peaceful has a 15-second gap to Kieran, his teammate. Don runs third, but he's got Holty only 2 seconds behind. Penalties could play a factor to that. In fact, there's Kieran, who looks like he must have made a mistake. The Don all over the back of Kieran wants to dispatch him so he can get away. Holty, you can see in the background with the lights on. Oh, how did Greeny hold that indeed, Gary? It was a fantastic save. Nevertheless, though, Don looking racy with Kieran Argent. Looking to get a move done. Kieran pulls across to try and break the toe. He pulls across again. Don's not going to follow him, because the Don has already got it up the outside. And he's going to try. No, can't get it done. Is he going to think about the cutback? Has Kieran ran a bit too far wide? No, great racing from the pair of them. It's been a fantastic touring car race. We're down to the last minute and a half. Mazda and Peaceful Explosion will cross the line to start the final lap of the race as they come into the Woodcut chicane. But it's this battle for what is effectively second. That man in the background, Holty, could have something to say if these two touch each other and take each other off.
Don got a good run through there.
A cracking run from Don. Kieran has no penalty. That's the only thing going for him. Is Don going to send one? No, not there. Someone's hit the tyre wall. That's yeah, that's swim fins. So we're on to the final lap. The Don's got to get the move done, as well as pulling away. That may be a bit harder.
Don made the move there.
He has. Great move from Don. Up the inside. Lovely move done. But what time penalty does he have in terms of how far he's got to be in front of Kieran? Kieran doesn't have a time penalty, so that could hurt Don.
I don't know if he had a slowed him there or not, but he seemed to slow him down.
Has he run wide there? He has, and Holty has, and Holty's lost the rear of the car. The Don is 1.2 ahead of Kieran. Is that going to be enough? We'll have to find out. But it's Peaceful who takes... It's Mazda takes the race win on track. Peaceful will inherit it, though. So well done to you, boys. Here comes Don into the chicane. Kieran has picked up a penalty. Oh, and Don's took the chicane wrong.
It's going to be a big penalty there.
Yeah, that may cost him massively. It actually hasn't. The Don will keep what will be second place. Kieran gets third. Holty will come home in fourth. Rebby will get a sixth place. Maybe not the race he'd have wanted in that BMW. Is that Deeks seventh? It is, isn't it? Yeah. So Deeks gets what will be sixth.
Greeny seventh.
Greeny will inherit seventh, with Dean Wasocki getting eighth. Alfie will get ninth. Not the finish he'd have wanted. Welshie's going to come home and get 10th. And then Smithy's going to get 11th. And Swimfins will get 12th. In the chat, Kieran penalty also. Outside hurt Holty. Well done, Peaceful. Cheers. Last 3 races for me. Fastest lap of the race. Obviously discounted Mazda. 33 dead for Peaceful. I think it's good enough. Yeah, it is the fastest lap of the race. So Peaceful with 3 clean sweeps in a row. Let's get Don in.
Yep.
And let's get Kieran in as well if we can. I'll read some more chats. Frustrating the game from Halty. Well done, Peaceful, says Gary. Good race, Kieran, says Ariel. Don't think the BMW is overpowered. Alfie says, good game, good race. Smithy, that was fun. Cheers all. See you tomorrow night up the Little Leach and NJ. NJ, well done. Well done, Billy Boy. Smithy on your debut. Evening, Kieran. A good little battle there with Don, and you come away with a nice podium.
Yeah, flow downs that cost me there. First corner on last lap, got a slow down, and then put me on the back foot for the rest of the lap.
Fantastic little battle there with Don, who joins us now. Cracking little race.
Yeah, so we kept it clean, kept it fair. Don made a mistake coming into or out of the chicane. I got run on in there, and then managed to get in front. And then just last lap, I just messed up turn 1, overflowed slightly wide, got the flow down, and then didn't want to get a penalty to drop me behind Don on the road as well as on time.
Yeah, well, a nice third though for you to keep your championship up in front. And Don, again, like I say, great little race with Kieran, and you managed to keep your championship lead intact.
Yeah, that was a good race there. I thought I lost it there because I braked a little bit too late, and then the car sort of swiveled a little bit, and I was like, why did they give me a 7-second penalty?
I followed you. I literally followed you. I followed your line, your braking.
Yeah, literally, yeah. But I took that chicane wrong all day. I literally had 30-minute practice on this track before coming in, so I should have practiced all week. But
oh, bless you.
I'm happy with that.
A good night for both of you. A few decent results up and down the evening. Like I say, Don, you take the lead in the touring cars. You maintain that. Kieran, you maintain your lead in the GT4s. You've got to be happy with tonight's work.
Yeah, averaging top 4, other than the Porsche race, which was dreadful for me. Involved in a few incidents on lap 1, which put me at the back, and then having a fight back through wasn't the best. Other than that, top 4 all night.
Yeah, well, brilliant.
I wish I could say that.
It talks about Porsche race, because obviously it was a bit of a day-night, a new feature, Kieran.
Yeah, it was totally accidental. I apologise in the stream. When I changed it from 10 to 15 minutes, I must have knocked the analog stick on the progression. It was at 60 times the limit. So what? Every 4 hours, every minute?
I think so. Yeah, we went from evening to night to morning, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I like that. It felt like a Le Mans race.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant to watch. Well well done to both of you.
No one can say I've done it on purpose because I finished loading down the order.
Well done to both of you, and best luck going forward to next week.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, well done, boys.
No worries. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you tomorrow. Keegs, thanks for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure to have you as always. Just quickly go through the comments. See you tomorrow. We shall see you tomorrow, Gary, if the BMW is quicker. Neil, great commentary, Matt and Keegs. See you and the usual. See you both tomorrow. Well done tonight. Great racing, everybody. Gary says superb commentary and coverage as usual, lads. Great racing. Boys. See you all tomorrow night. Enjoyable coverage, says Daniel. Thank you for that. Cheers, boys. Great commentary, says Peaceful Explosion. Well, that brings us to the end of tonight. Join us tomorrow night where Dean Wysocki should be taking us through the Group A race, which should be an absolute cracker. Join me and Keegs for that one. Mazda will obviously be there scoring points properly this time. So will Gary, Neil, Craig as well. But any last things you'd like to say, Keegs?
No, yeah, I've really enjoyed tonight. Great to be on with you. Yeah, it's just been brilliant.
Yeah, good to have you. See you all later. See you all next week. Good night.